with my head on the phone, thinking of you till it hurts. I know you hurt too, but what else can we do? Tormented and torn apart. I wish I could carry your smile on my heart for times when my life seems so low. That's me. It would take me to believe what tomorrow could bring when today doesn't really know. Doesn't really know. You ready? I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right, believing for so long. I'm all out of love. What am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so wrong.
TWS is my station.
Yeah, $200. I can't do it anymore. I'm going to burst into tears.
Now, that song has a very special place in my heart.
Does it?
Dated a lesbian. Didn't know at the time. 6 months, you know. Learned some things. Anyway, we had a weekend away. There was quite a group of us. I knew there was something up. It was on the rocks. So I decided, the best thing to do here, I'm just going to get fucking obliterated. Drank way too much. Woke up in the morning, she's moved to another bed for whatever reason. She might have had a glance, and I don't blame her for that. Anyway, we left, all's good, and I got dumped in the drive back to Sydney, Easter weekend.
That's the song you
in
heard.
the traffic. Anyway, she's dumped me.
By text message?
No, she's sitting next to me.
Oh, she told you. Oh, that's
in the car.
You're driving
in
a
the car together.
Yeah, right.
Give me the reasons. Oh, well, now you can use Tinder. Now you can do this. Now you can do that. And I'm like, oh, whatever. Anyway, Air Supply, All Our Love comes on. So I said as a joke, oh, this is an appropriate song for the occasion, isn't it? You gotta laugh at these things.
If you don't, you'll cry.
Anyway, 2 days of my life, I was pretty upset. And then
blue-balled.
Realised she was a lesbian.
That's like that fucking song.
There was a lot of things I didn't really click at the time. 2 days, it's quite sad. And then I was like, what a waste of 6 months.
I'll tell you this. Did I ever tell this story? I went to a wedding with a lesbian, right? Because I didn't have anyone to take to my cousin's wedding. So my cousin, Lucky Lisa, she says to me, well, why don't you take my friend Mel? Because we got on like a house on fire. And I said, oh, okay, I got no one else to take because I'm a loser. So we go to this wedding, and the whole night, everyone, this prick, Jason Relaxation, his wife, my mum, my dad, everyone goes, shame she's a lesbian. And I go, what do you mean? Oh, she's
you were unaware.
No, I knew.
We knew.
We all knew, right? But what they're saying is she's perfect for you because we got along so well. Like, you know how cool this chick is? There was a flower arrangement at the front where you could write a message to the wedding couple about congratulations and wishing them all the best and all the rest of it. And you'd put this card in this plant or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was, a flower arrangement. But there was a mirror behind this. And she had this idea. This is how cool she is. She had this idea that we take a picture of the mirror with us not in it, saying that we were vampires. And she said,
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
She said, we're here, but you can't see us because we're vampires, but we did take a picture of ourselves. Congratulations, all the best. I fell in love with her. No, I'm not making this up. And my cousin knows I was madly in love with her because she was everything I wanted in a chick. Everything. Right? She was so cool. And she used to say to me, well, you should come over, we'll watch vampire movies together, you know what I mean? And I'm like, no, that's just going to kill me. It's just going to be literally the stake of my heart. It was all over for me, But she...
At least you knew. I was unaware.
And the worst thing was, I think it was Jason Relaxation's wife, because God bless her, she says, is she really... She likes girls. I go, yeah, she likes girls. She didn't really know what it meant. I go, what do you mean she likes girls? I go, well, she likes girls, in that way. She never liked boys? I go, well... Not as far as I'm aware, like I haven't been the lucky candidate for the conversion, you know what I mean? Fuck me, that's been my life. And that's what this podcast is about. It's about pain and misery and dating woes and stories. And you know what? I've managed to get him. I've managed to get the Pickle Bear in, better known as Nervous Nathan.
Well, hey, that works.
Yeah,
Nervous Nathan, you know why?
Good
Because he's ringing me up going, I don't think I'll be good on this podcast.
I still reckon the title for the show will be Pickle Bear, though.
Yeah, he's a Pickle Bear.
That'll get interest till they hear my voice. Yeah. That first minute's going to peak and it's just going to be downhill from there.
Well, the three people that are listening are probably already fallen in love with you, Pickle Bear.
Hello out there, everyone.
See?
I apologise for the following
for all the lonely
hearts.
Remember those old fucking midnight radio stations?
Richard Mercer.
That's right. for all the lonely hearts out there, we're playing Air Supply and I'm all out of love, and you'd be ready to fucking slash your wrist. That's how bad things were. That's what this podcast is about. It's about all sorts of manner of bullshit. But you know what? I'm going to introduce the show as I always do, even though he won't let me. And look at the Ass King. He's, you know what? Even Nervous Nath or the Pickle Bear says to me, I don't like the fucking new change. I'm out of whack too. I want to know what the episode is.
It's episode 12 something.
12.2.1.
You know what it is?
Fuck, did you want to crackle the mic anymore, mate?
I'm going to... I got to... Sorry, the audio's bad, apparently. It's another thing I've been told, haven't I?
I think you broke my mic.
Maybe I did. But I'm just going to be very, very quiet this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
Because he won't let me yell anymore.
I'll let you yell. I'll just fucking back away from the mic.
Oh, I've got to remember to do that too. Fuck, what is this? A jazzercise video.
Jazzercise?
Pull away from the fucking mic.
Have you seen Prancercise?
No.
Oh, do yourself a favour.
What's that?
It's literally prancing for exercise.
What's that mean? I don't understand.
Like prancing. You're like kind of like skipping, but with your hands out in front.
I was kind of hoping it was horses in leotards.
I
got a bit excited there.
That makes no sense at all.
But it's a legit thing. There is a chick on YouTube who does that, and it is a legit thing out in Hollywood.
Well, I'll tell you the other story.
She's on YouTube, she's on Twitch, and
Yes.
she wants your money.
Now, listen.
Subscribe now, everyone.
Now, listen. Before I introduce the show properly, I did show Nervous Nathal the Pickle Bear, who's now playing around with that broken chair like this.
Oh, it is broken. I was wondering.
This budget's fucked. Look at our table. It's fucked.
That's quality wood grain veneer here.
Yeah,
Yep.
but now going back to what I was saying,
Quality.
I did show the Pickle Bear, the Maid Lady.
Yep.
And even he says...
Fake.
Oh,
Well, I doubt her cleaning abilities. Very highly. Her ability to clean up cash, however.
Oh, she's cleaning up.
Absolutely.
Because he also saw the bit where she says, I'll be on in Twitch in 2 hours playing Dance Dance Revolution.
I reckon she'll polish a knob pretty well.
Oh, fuck, she's hot. I don't give a shit.
Nah, she'll be sitting at home with her husband, and there'll be people heartbroken when they realise,
Well,
oh, she's not single.
mate, there's a guy that's... I've told the story. She was earning about $60,000 a month.
That's a ridiculous
That's true.
sum. That's a
right?
ridiculous sum of
That's
money.
true. And out of curiosity, I've watched her because I do find her... She's pretty. Her face is.
Oh, look, yeah, no denying she's
And
aesthetically pleasing.
I do watch the ASMR, and I do have my hands down my pants at the time.
Got to keep yourself warm. You know?
I do. I got the hands. Well, it's getting close to. It's getting cooler, so my hands got to be warmed in some fashion, and I've got to try and make it so that when Bixby Vision looks at it, it's not a cyst.
Hey, don't worry, you got to get the heat to the right areas, get the blood flowing.
Well, you got the other problem now. The cat comes and he fucking does that kneading shit on my lap, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. He's going to fucking do me an injury, and then I've got to go to emergency hospital and say, oh, how did that happen? Oh, my cat fucking did it. Well, you let your
Just
cat
say
get that close.
it was a pussy incident. That's
Yeah,
all you got to say.
well, that'd be the closest it's come.
Pussy incident.
That's what he said to me one time when I got a cat. He goes, what, you want a pussy in the house for a change? That's what he told me. But anyway, where was I going with
Might have
this?
been my wife that said that.
Yeah, she made a joke about it. Where was I going with that bullshit?
I don't know where you're
Oh, no,
going.
the Maid Lady.
Yeah.
The Maid Lady, she was earning $60,000 to $70,000 US a month. I've told this story before. But she quite regularly will get donations. And on her, I don't know how they do it. You would know, Jason, how they do it. But on Twitch, they've got like a rolling board of how many people have donated. And she's got a category called Sugar Daddy. So she's now literally taking the piss and rubbing it into people's faces.
She's like a hooker without the extra benefits.
Yeah, but the
Virtual hooker.
Virtual hooker.
got a
yeah,
nice
but
ring.
the sugar daddy regularly, whoever that might be, has donated to her in one single moment $500 US dollars.
Some people have
So
too much fucking money.
Well, they do, but what I'm saying is she doesn't have to do jack shit for the rest of the night because she's already got $500 in her pocket. You know what I mean?
Mate, I'd be happy if I got a new table.
Yeah, look at our fucking budget.
Subscribe to our Patreon, $20 donors.
Yeah,
Your name will be on the new
Patreon.
table.
We'll carve it into the
For the
table.
3 people that listen now, because we made it big, because we got fucking t-shirt. Get him a t-shirt.
I'll get you a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, like, we're not doing too good because our table's falling apart. It's been patched together by some kind of craftsmanship. I don't know what it is, but it's okay. But at the end of the day, we're not doing
Nordic
too
carpentry, I believe.
Well,
good.
yeah.
But I'll tell you now, if things were
Oh,
different...
shit. That is a bit
No,
shaky.
mate, no bullshit. It's fucked. But if things were a bit different...
Oh, that's better.
And you were looking a certain way and you were a certain gender, right, we would be rich. I'm being serious, right? But
do we need to cater to? Is it what is it?
Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to play Dance Dance Revolution. I'm going to introduce the show. This is Captain's Log Stardate 12.111. The USS Invert the Y. I don't know what fucking episode it is anymore because he won't let me number
12
it.
something.
It's 12 bullshit something, and you've thrown fucking Pickle Bear out now. This is Invert the Y, the only podcast sponsored by their mother and the only podcast sponsored and powered by the love of fairy bread. But we had waffles today.
They were good waffles.
They were fucking great. And after this,
Savoury waffles, mate.
But we might have the sweet ones after this.
Yeah, we're going to have sweet waffles afterwards.
Because in an hour and a half, with this pot of coffee I've got, we're going to be busting for pisses or maybe shits given how big
I'd
the
say
waffles
cauldron. That's a cauldron.
It is a cauldron.
You've surpassed pot. That is a fucking vessel.
It's a beast.
A large receptacle.
It's a beast.
You could fit a foot in there.
You could. But you know what? Let's start the show off as we always do with a Daniel's Ram. I got one this week. I was a bit lax.
You've been lax, mate.
I've been off my game, but I got a cracking one for this week. It's a fucking big one. One that you will enjoy and one that Nervous Nathan / the Pickle Bear is going to like very much. But you're going to fucking love it, Jason. Relaxation.
I'm looking
telling you now, you're going to love it.
I'm waiting in anticipation.
That was Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's right.
No, I got to fucking see if I can do with the monkeys now because we guess what we got to do.
Who's ringing?
That's the Maid Lady. Even on my brand new Galaxy S10 Plus, she won't fucking stop. She's
I was going to say, it's a lot of fucking vibration going on.
because I like it when she does it. She says, "Be my friend on Instagram," and so you can look at my bum all the time. And I like it because I got it on vibrate and I put it down the front of my pants.
Oh, it just fucking hurt my throat.
Which setting, but there's about 15 different vibrate modes.
Oh, mate, it's ridiculous. You could
Well, it
spend,
depends on your mood,
No,
really.
no, Joe, you were right. Setting up the new phone from an Android phone is bullshit easy, right?
It took me about an hour with all of my corporate
Well,
stuff.
okay,
as
so
well.
if you now
Plug
go,
the little.
yeah,
Off
but
she
he
goes.
had an iPhone.
Even the transition across now.
The transition
I've done it
across
in a while.
5 minutes, man.
It took me an hour, and I have all of our corporate stuff that I have to deal with as well, which
Yeah.
is a bit of a pain. Multi-factor auth, all that shit. An hour, the whole thing end to end.
But it took me literally 5 minutes, maybe 10.
Well, this is life,
But-
isn't it? Man to woman, you can transition that in a day and be back by dinner.
You actually can now.
You're gender fluid.
You're
you know?
gender fluid.
Well,
I'm
let me fucking rant now.
Device agnostic.
Okay, now fuck it. I'm going to rant. No, I don't care about the clipping and the distortion on the fucking microphones, and I don't care I haven't introduced the show yet, but I will introduce the show after I fucking do this, because I'm fucking pissed off, and you know why I'm fucking pissed off, and I'll fucking look you in the eye and I'll tell you why I'm pissed off, because you fucking know, because we played the Division 2 the other fucking week, and we set the game up, and you know what? He says to me, "Why are you playing as a girl?" And I said, "Well, I quite like her ass, and when I play as that chick, you're looking at my ass." And he says, "Well, why are you playing as a chick?" And I said, "Well, I don't mind, but the real reason is because I couldn't work out how to change to a male body. I couldn't work out where the fucking male-female was." And you know what he says? "Well, your problem is it wasn't gender, it was body type." They've changed
are
it
you
to...
serious?
Yes.
I didn't have an issue with it.
They've
but I had the
changed
same
it to
problem.
body type now.
Are you shitting
No,
me?
I'm not.
I was
not.
a woman. I'm like, you change your
I couldn't
face and do
figure
all
it
this
out.
Stuff, and
I'm
like,
not kidding. I couldn't figure
this
it out.
game's only for women. That's pretty
Yep,
cool.
That's what I thought
And
too.
then I go looking through. I'm like, what's this button? Oh, change body type. And then I became a man.
So-
And he'd already created his
So,
character.
They don't call it male or female. So if you do it, right, because I was cool playing as a woman as well. I've got no
so
issue with it.
biology actually makes no difference anymore.
No,
right?
we're
So psychology now overrules biology.
yes. So my point is now. Nervous Nate's got a story, but I don't know if he wants to say it here. But what I'm saying
Jeez,
is
which one?
quite a few. But what I'm saying is, all of a sudden, gender's become offensive.
Yeah.
Because that game made it very difficult for you as an older person to work out what you were trying to do. It didn't refer to gender as male or female.
I
It
just
just
found it
referred to it
weird.
as body type. And to me, as an older person, body type means I want
I'm
to
a
be dark.
fat. I'm a fat. Or I'm a skinny.
I'm bored. I'm
Yeah.
a redhead. I'm a fucking ginger that
Yep.
bullies people in 1985. You fuck. I've got all sorts of fucking. You know what I mean? But you know, or I'm built or I'm fat, whatever. That's what I think is body type. But what I'm saying is I don't want that anymore. What I'm saying
Body
is
type is
that-
inclusive of what's between your legs, is what they're.
That's what they're saying because they don't want to offend people by putting gender in. And that really annoyed me, and I couldn't work it out. And then Nathan found out about it.
It was the last option.
Yeah.
So, normally you create your character, man, woman, bang. Skin color, I guess, then body shape.
Yeah.
Like, I went all through. There was 20 different things. Then at the bottom, I'm
Couldn't
like,
work
what's
it
this
out.
button? Oh, body type. And he'd already created his.
I'd already created it.
Oh, it's a body type button.
Yeah. But I don't
He wasn't-
care. I
he
mean,
wasn't happy.
I play as a female.
I can imagine he was fucking livid at that point.
No, I was not livid at the fact that I was playing as a female.
No,
'cause I don't care.
No,
'cause
you're livid at the fact that it was fucking buried between
Yes.
some sub.
When I
Yes,
said it was
I
called
was.
body type, he
Yes,
was like,
I lost my
fucking
shit.
serious?
I fucking lost my shit because I don't understand why it's offensive now. Why is it offensive to refer to someone as a male or a female? I really want someone to explain that to me because I don't get it. I don't understand why we're suddenly all afraid of it. Why, when I wake up in the morning, I have a very unfortunate small penis, but I'm still a male. Even if I point Bixby Vision at it and it says it's a fucking cyst.
You got cyst, I got a freckle.
Oh, really?
At least yours has got some shape to it.
You know what? I almost admitted to my mum yesterday that I did it.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Because what happened was, no, this is no bullshit. He decided to jazz the setup because we got two people that listen and watch this bullshit fucking podcast.
I'm still too lazy to put the posters
He
up.
hasn't done it yet, but he says he's gone through the old photos yesterday and he's taken photographs of it and stuff. And there was a photo of me standing at the toilet, learning to be toilet trained, and my dick's out. I'm naked. And I said to Mum, well, it hasn't changed. It's that fucking size as well. Now, Mum has seen me naked recently, and it was fucking a horrific experience. And she knows that it's fucking true, that it isn't that much bigger. And I don't think she's that impressed about how I've grown up in life. But anyway, I mentioned it under my breath. Well, that's why Bixby Vision says it's a cyst. And Mum didn't know what I fucking meant. And I didn't go into the explanation, and he started pissing himself. He's like, Jesus Christ, you said that in front of your mother. I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
You said it in front of your mother at the dinner table.
At the dinner table for his birthday.
Sharing's caring,
Oh, I don't give a fuck, mate. Fuck it. I really freaked her out the other week. Did I tell you this story?
I don't know. Did you?
No, I'll tell you this fucking story. She says to me something about, I'll come over one day. And I said, all right, well, you need to let me know. She goes, why? I said, because I might be nude in the house. She goes, oh, that's not like you. I go, well, Mum, I do nudie runs all the time. And in fact, I might do one when you're over too. Just to fucking make you, spew your lunch up. And she goes, I bet you won't. I said, don't you fucking bet me anything these days. I'll do whatever it is these days. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. But going back to the Division 2, that really annoyed me. Not because I was playing as a female character, because I'll play quite happily as a female character for Tomb Raider, for example, with Lara Croft. I don't care about gender.
If the protagonist is
I don't care about
whatever,
gender.
yeah.
I don't care about gender in any form. But what I'm saying and upsetting me was when I found out, because I couldn't figure out how to change to be a male, which is my natural instinct, right? And then Nervous Nath / the Pickle Bear says to me, well, you know what? It's actually body type. It's not gender.
I found it by accident.
And he found it by
I just assumed
accident.
you were a protagonist female this game. And I'm like, oh,
Yep.
cool. They
And he
did set
found
up
it.
a bit.
Yep. And he found
And
it
I
by
found by
accident.
accident.
He found it by accident. I immediately started the gears in this ever decrepit fucking brain, which we'll get to in a minute with a Daniel's RAM. The gears started moving a little bit slowly, but at first I started gaining momentum with it, and I said, you know what they've done? They've buried it and made it gender neutral. They've made it body type. They don't want to put it as male or female anymore. And I don't understand what the fucking problem is.
No, that's it. Yeah.
What is the problem? If you want to play as a male, you play as a male, or you play as a female. But unfortunately,
Or it should be male, female, or neutral, or unspecified, or other, or
Yeah, and then other you can pick from both pools.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
shapes
but-
and
but I
sizes
don't-
and
yeah,
colours
exactly.
and
It's just confusing.
But see, I'm going to really piss off people now, and I don't care anymore, and I don't give a fuck. Unfortunately, nature has said you're either male or you're female.
Biologically speaking.
Biologically speaking. And I'll tell you what biologic, say it for me.
Biologically.
Biologically. I don't remember the 80s. Sharon! No, you've either got a willy or you don't. And you know what the fucking test is?
There are some people who have both, technically.
They can, but I'll tell you what will happen to them either as well. Depending on their persuasions, and I've got no issues with
No,
persuasions.
you go one or the other.
You go one or the other. If you stick a naked female or a naked male in front of you and you find them attractive, guess what's going to happen? If you got a penis, you get a boner. I fucking don't give a shit what you tell me. I fucking don't care. I don't give a shit if you tell me you want to transition into something else. I'll tell you what the fucking test is, Pickle Bear. You stick a hot fucking female in front of me, the willy goes up, and you know what she does? She fucking laughs at it, and she says, has Bixby Vision said it's a cyst? And I'll say, yes it is. And then she says, is that as big as it gets? And I'll say, it's winter time. And she'll say, well, that's no excuse. You can warm it up. I've got a hot pocket you can stick it into. We should have sung that fucking bloody, that song, Foxtrot Charlie Kilo, whatever it is. Put the you-know-what where the you-know-where is. That's what we should have done. But they fucking cheat. They say, oh, no, I'm fucking gender neutral. You can't be. You can't be. You know why you can't be? Because you stick someone in there that's in the nude, and then you get a willy, and you fucking start going like fucking the Maid Lady. And you go, give me $200 and I'll play with it. That's what you fucking do. I don't care if you fucking edit this out, and I'm fucking tired of it. I'm fucking over it. And I'll go to Sydney University because I've been invited to go there, apparently, yet again, and I'll fucking do a speech in front of these people, and I'll tell them they're all fucking idiots. Fuck them. I'm fucking over it. I'm wound up now. I'm pissed.
The good news is the mic's pretty well balanced because you
I'm
didn't.
pissed. I can't help myself. I get angry about all this shit because you're idiots. And then when I was playing Division, now you're starting to worm your bullshit into fucking video games. You want to fucking try. Now I'm being offended.
The biggest point is.
You're trying to not offend people, but you're now offending me. And this is what I keep saying. The more you try and include people, the more you actually exclude people. You can't please everybody. You just can't. You can't, right? And I know it's going into the schools now. We won't need to go into the details if we don't want to, but I know it's going into the schools, and the more you cater to it, the more problems you create, right? And it worms its way into the workplace, and before you know it, you've got segregation. The more you try and be inclusive, the more you actually become exclusive and you segregate people. And the great experiment that the human race has tried to do with inclusivity, like everyone needs to be included in things. You know what? You've actually failed, everybody. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry for the 2 people that fucking listen to this bullshit fucking podcast. You fucking failed.
Do you know what the biggest?
You failed. Because in my day, you got caught a wog and you fucking accepted it and you fucking ate your salami and cheese sandwiches and you dealt with it. And you know what else happened? You go to the fucking trough in the male's toilets and you'd hope that no one would piss on you on the way out. And in fact, you'd get your little willy and you'd try and piss on the urinal cakes as much as you fucking could.
And they splash up.
And you everything.
But here's the thing.
Oh, fucking
Here's the
piss.
thing. At the end of the day, the problem lies with the focus being too much on people's differences as opposed to people's similarities.
Exactly.
If the focus was on, hey, you know what? Fundamentally, we're all pretty much the same, regardless of what color, what fucking gender, what
matter.
psychology,
It doesn't
what
matter.
underlying beliefs that you may well have. We're pretty much the same. So stop being another.
That's going to be a Super Mario sound.
And potentially maybe start listening and maybe start respecting one another and stop giving a fuck about where you put your willy and where you put your wang wang.
Here's the thing. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm going to offend. I don't care anymore. I really don't. When you cater to the minority, you start excluding the majority.
Yeah.
Now,
It's not about catering. It's about saying you're different.
But here's the thing. I'm offended now.
Yeah.
You fuckers offended me because it pissed me off. It's not that the fact that I was playing as a female character in a video game, because that's bullshit anyway. Who gives a fuck what you play as in a video? It's a fucking stupid video game. But the point is, I was pissed off because now I'm thinking, well, when did it become offensive that I'm a male? When did it become offensive that you're a female? Why is it now that it's toxic to be masculine? Why is it now?
The problem,
why is it not encouraged to be feminine? Where did we go wrong in this bullshit?
No. What's happening is the focus, as I said, is because it's all on difference. We're othering each other, which means we're actually segregating one another even further than if we're going, you know what, I don't give a fuck.
That's
I honestly
what I mean.
do not care. We're all the same.
The great inclusive experiment is a failure.
Inclusivity is based on difference. If inclusivity was based on similarity, different problem. And if you just look at what happens with the whole ethnic... what they do in the United States, where it's all about difference. You're black, and you're Hispanic, and you're white, and you're Asian.
Well,
what you're doing. Well, what you're doing is you're focusing on those different skin types. You're not looking under the hood and say, you know what, you're fucking all the same. Who gives a flying fuck?
I've said for years.
In everyday conversation, right? Sorry to cut you.
No, go cut it. Go.
People are like, oh, he's Chinese, he's this, he's that. We're all fucking in this country. We're all Australian.
Yep.
I don't know why people get too caught up.
No. I don't get it either. But they well, look, I appreciate people that come from other cultures. We did too. That you maintain your culture, but you integrate that with other people's cultures, and that's a strength that this country's got. It's a strength that a lot of countries have got. But that doesn't worry me so much when people retain their cultures. What worries me is now you're going into biology now. Now you're starting to tinker with that bullshit, and you can't, because Mother Nature can't be fucked with. I'm telling you now. If you want to fuck with Mother Nature, you're going to come off second best. You are. I'm sorry. If you were born a male, I'm sorry. Right? If you were born a female, I'm sorry. If you want to transition into another gender, that's fine too. Right? I'm not saying you can't do that, and I can't sympathise with anyone that's in that position because I don't personally understand what they're going through because I've never been in that position, right? But you know what? Those fuckers can't understand my position with the bullshit that I've got going on in my life, right? And I could give you a fucking list of bullshit, but I won't bore people with that bullshit. I'm going to bore them with other bullshit that I've written on my fucking pad for this bullshit podcast.
What three words have you got on your paper today, Dano?
Oh, it looks like about 12 words from here.
Really? He's done well today.
Are you ready for the 3 words? And I'm not fucking bullshitting because I'll fucking show you guys what I've written. Now the 3 words. Dates. Car. Bomb. That's no fucking bullshit. But you know what? Fuck my rant.
The good news is you don't waste a lot of paper.
I'm not like those fucking
idiots. That's the same sheet of paper you've been using for 4 weeks.
Well, I'm not like those fucking idiots at the election. They call themselves the Greens and they had more paper than any other fucking idiots. They're fucking idiots. And fuck them. They say, protect the environment. Well, how come you fucking cockheads have got more paper than everyone else, you fucking fuck?
I think it's recycled, but yeah.
Oh, bullshit, fuck off.
Well, it was high gloss. I don't know about what you saw, but it was high gloss.
You know
paper.
what? I'll tell you a little fucking story.
So the ink's fucking
I'll tell you,
seeping its way into the ground as we speak.
I'll tell you a little fucking story. I've never told anyone this fucking story, but this is a good one. When I was at uni, but I don't know what they do now. They probably fucking do it on an iPad. I don't know. They're all lazy fucks. But when I went to uni, right, you used to get your exams, and they were always on a pink bit of paper. And I always used to sit there, and I knew I was in trouble. When I'd sit after reading time or during reading time, I'd look at the paper and go, fuck, that's nice paper, and geez, the print quality's great. You knew
it's better than the dot matrix I got at home.
If you knew if you were looking at the paper and the print and thinking that was pretty cool, you knew you were in trouble because you didn't know what the fuck you were reading and what the fuck you were supposed to write. And I'll tell you another little side story, and I will get into the bullshit ram. I'll tell you one uni exam I'll never fucking forget. It was operational management last year of uni, and the lecturer said, I'm actually going to give you the case study, which the final exam will be based on, and it's 40% of the final exam component. And the case study was on Repco. Remember Repco, the company? Yeah. We had to look at their business model and how they actually in the 90s, or the late 80s, sorry, their business had started to falter and what they were trying to do to build their business up. So we spent weeks going over this case study and going over the history of Repco, trying to understand where it all went wrong. So we thought we'd fucking go cool in the exam. But we go into the exam, and you remember how you had reading time for, I think it was 10 or 15 minutes from memory? Mm-hmm. I'm not kidding you now. Everyone put their head down, and everyone was looking at the paper, and I was going, fuck, that's nice pink. They've used different pink this year, right? And I was looking at the print going, fuck, that's a that's high quality print. Fuck. I'm going, motherfuckers are printing on laser these days. You know what I mean? Like, I was gone. I didn't know what the fuck I was reading. And everybody was there. No bullshit during reading time, and you could hear this around the hall. I'm not making this up. Everyone was going, fuck. Fuck. Oh, shit. Fuck. And there was a guy, I told the story, he had the Nissan Xer, he goes, oh, fuck, man, like at the top of his voice. And you know how I think you had to stay...
Western Sydney Uni.
This was a 3-hour exam. This was a 3-hour exam, and you had to stay for 40 minutes or 45 minutes, and after that you could leave. Fucking 95% of people walked out. I'm telling you now, I don't think I stayed for the 3 hours.
Was the counting that bad?
Mate, it was a horrific exam. It was so far from what the lecturer had said was going to be in the exam that none of us had studied for the right shit.
Lying fuck.
Yeah. That's another Super Mario sound.
But does the high quality paper?
Oh, the paper was
Counteract.
beautiful.
Anything.
Oh,
You're doing these ones in
I
the
was-
corners of the
oh,
paper.
I was rubbing it. I was rubbing it, going.
I don't know which I like more, that or a scratch and sniff.
Oh, it was better than a scratch. I smelled a bit like a scratch.
Yeah.
It had that inky smell. People were sniffing it to get high. Bongo was fucking shoving it up his nose. Let's get into the show. I am joined by
Finally.
Jason Relaxation, Nervous Nate, such a Pickle Bear. This is Captain's Log, Stardate 12.1.5, fucking Windows 95 and 98, Windows Me, Invert the Y, the only podcast sponsored by the mother and
You forgot
fucking
Vista,
power.
the centerpiece.
What?
Vista.
Oh, and Vista. What a cock of an operating system that was. Let's go, as we start this show, always with a Daniel's Ram when we dive deep into the deep, dark recesses of ever-decaying fucking brain. Every day I'm losing more brain cells and I can barely speak. I sound like Sharon Osbourne's husband, better known as Ozzy Osbourne. Sharon! Sharon! I can't find the fucking remote. Where's the fucking remote? It's behind the fucking couch. Where's that fucking Sharon? I don't remember the 80s. We go. Get ready. You ready?
You haven't rolled the monkeys yet, mate.
We're going to do it now.
Yeah, all right. Should I take my headphones off?
No, I'm going to surprise you.
Yeah.
Roll it, monkeys. I did that Ozzy Osbourne style.
I can tell.
Roll it, monkeys. We go back to 1992.
Yeah.
This is a good one. You'll like this one. Jason Relaxation will like this one.
I just learned how to use a toilet, if memory serves me correct.
Oh, you see, this is how young this prick is. It fucking upsets me.
92. Jesus.
92. Now, I'll tell you why it was 92. I just got my license. And one of the jobs you got when you got your license was Mum and Dad would send you up on a Sunday night to go to the fish and chip shop. Don't fucking say it, because you know. He fucking knows already. He knows already what's going to happen. And I'm even going to say the fucking name.
Do it.
Oh, because he knows. I can't fucking...
Because pretty much everyone with that same nationality has
Yeah,
the same
he
name.
knows. He fucking...
They all have the same name.
Is it
Yes,
con?
that's what...
Is it con?
Yes! He knows. He fucking knows. All right. This is a story about the most depressed fish and chip operator in the history of the world. And you're right. His name was Con. Right. I'm not making this up. He'll fucking back me up.
It's true.
Because he had con experiences, and you did want to go up there after a while. You pleaded with your mum, please don't go up there, mum. Please don't let me go up there. You'd rock up there. If I was 17 in 1992, I'd say Con was in his late 20s, you reckon?
Yeah, probably.
He was older than me, but he was quite a young guy, right? Anyway, he was a bit of an imposing, and he was obviously Greek, right? Because back in those days, most of those fish and chip type shops or milk bars were run
Greek.
by the Greeks, but this is where it gets fucking to be a cracking story. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. Don't fucking say it. So I rock up there every Sunday night, and he'd always have the shits, right? He'd be frying the chips, he'd go, fuck. He'd be flipping the chips, he'd go, fuck this shit, man, fuck, bro. And he knew that we had an Italian background because Dad had gone in there a couple of times. So you'd go in there and he called me cousin. And you'd walk in there and you go, hey, cousin, how are you, man? I go, I'm good, Con. He goes, you want the fucking usual, bro? I'm like, yeah, whatever. And it used to be the first time I went in there and I met him. He goes, oh, what do you want, man? I go, can I have extra large chips? Dad wanted scallops. I go, I'll get 4 scallops, extra large chips, and 4 battered fish or whatever it was. And then he'd go, you want chicken salt, bro? I go, no, man. Just fucking normal salt. Yeah, fucking skips, mate. Fucking they love that chicken salt shit.
We do.
He goes, they got no fucking class, man. They fucking ruin our culture. So all of a sudden, fish and chips was his culture. Oh, it gets better. So you'd be there and he goes, I fucking hate this shit, man. I go, why? He goes, fuck this, man. He goes, you know how long I've been in a fish and chip game? I go, how long? He goes, since I was fucking 4 years old, man. The old man made me fucking work in his shop. from fucking I've never known anything but fish and chips, mate. It's all I fucking know. And while he'd say that, he'd get the fish, the chips, and the what do you call them, the griddle or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and he'd shake them and he'd go, "Fuck this! I'm fucking sick of fish and chips." And then the old man would come out, the owner, his dad would come out and he'd go, "Cousin," couldn't speak a word of English except that word. He'd go, "Cousin," right? And then Con would go dead quiet. Because he fucking was scared of his old man. But Con was quite tall for a Greek bloke, wasn't he? Yeah. He was a big guy. And so the dad was quite shorter than Con, you know? And anyway, he'd go dead quiet and there'd be fucking words said in Greek. And you knew the old man wasn't fucking happy about something. And one time, no bullshit, because remember Con used to have the fucking tea towel over his shoulder. That was his trademark. He'd always have a tea towel over his shoulder. One day the old man picked up the tea towel and fucking smacked Con in the head because he didn't like what Con was saying. And then Con would go, "Oh, fuck, man," like this. And you'd be standing, and he wouldn't give a shit who was in the shop. He didn't give up because he hated it. He goes, "I fucking hate my life. Fucking all I do is I go and smell like fucking fish. I smell like fucking chips. Fuck it." And he goes, "I can't even get it on with the girls because fuck, I smell like fucking fish." Right? And then I made a joke. I go, I know a chick that smells like fish. And he goes, "You trying to be fucking funny, cuz?" I go, "Yeah, she was Greek." I'd fucking give it to him, you know. But he'd be fucking in it. He'd be like, "I'm fucking over this, man. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate fish and chips." And it got depressing. It got to the point where he didn't want to go anymore, right? But one day, I go in there, and he's pointing to the paper. This was in '93, and he's pointing to the paper, and he goes, "I fucking told you, man. It's the end of the world, man." And what had happened was Iraq had invaded Kuwait, right? And he's pointing, because he used to have a newspaper stand at the front, and he'd go, "I fucking told you it's the end of the world, and I'm going to fucking die doing in a fucking fish and chip shop. Fuck this shit." He'd lose his mind. He fucking, you know, he used to get the milk crates. He'd fucking kick him from one corner of the shop to the other because he had the shits. He fucking hated it. And he'd kick him like a soccer ball, and it'd hit the back wall, and the old man would come out and go, in Greek, whatever it is, and kind of be like, "Ah, fuck," you know, like and it'd be on, and then the fucking tea towel would get a slap around the head, all this sorts of shit. But this is where it gets fucking really cool, because then one day I go in there, this is about 94 now, 93, 94, go in there, and I go, "How are you, Con?" "Fucking, I told you it was going to happen, bro." I go, "What?" He goes, "The old man's fucking put the business up for sale. Fucking good." I go, "What are you going to do?" "I'm never going to work in a fish and chip shop ever again. Fuck this." I go, "What are you going to do?" Because "I'm going to go back to Greece and get a wife and fuck everything that moves." That's what he said. No bullshit, right? And I go, "Well," who do you think's going to buy the business? Because I'll tell you what, this is no bullshit. He made the best fish and chips I've ever had in my life, didn't he?
As much as he fucking hated his job.
He hated it. But you know what you used to say? I go, why was your chips so good?" He goes, "I'll fucking tell you why. I'll tell you why, bro. I'll tell you. Because I fucking change the oil every fucking day. I change it every day because the old man makes me, you know." But he says, "You know, the fucking Chinese, they don't fucking change the oil ever, those fucking Chinese." No bullshit, didn't he, right? So anyway, one day I go in there and I go, "What's going on, Cole?" He goes, "Good, man. Fucking the old man's put the business up for sale. It's up for sale." I go, "Oh, yeah?" And he goes, "I'll tell you who's going to buy it." I go, "Who?" He goes, "The fucking Chinese will buy it." I go, "Yeah?" And he goes, "Yeah, you're fucked, little bro." I go, "Why?" I go, "Why?" He goes, "Well, you know our extra large chips?" I go, "Yeah." "You won't get that anymore, mate." He goes, "You know our small chips?" I go, "Yeah." "That'll be their fucking extra large because the fucking Chinese, mate, they watch everything, mate. You know when I fucking cook for you, I cook with fucking pride, bro." Didn't he? He goes,
"It's like a fucking 3 Michelin starred restaurant."
He thought he was he thought he was Gordon Ramsay in the fucking kitchen, and he'd go, "I cook with fucking pride, bro.
Passion."
I cook with. He did. He goes, "I cook with passion." He goes, "They fucking all they're about is the fucking dollar, mate. That's all they fucking care about." And I'll tell you now. He says, "I'll fucking tell you now," because he used to have on the wall the size of the boxes, small, medium, and large, or extra large. He goes, "You see that fucking small box? That's all you're going to get from the fucking Asians. I tell you now, I'll put fucking money on it. And then you're going to come crying to me, little bro, and you'll wish you'll fucking put up with me." Because I used to say to him, "Fuck, Con, you bring me down, bro." And he'd go, "Well, you fucking..." And then he'd say, "You try and work in this bullshit, grease monkey bullshit since fucking the age of 5. It's all I've ever..." He goes, "I've never fucking seen the world." He goes, "All I've ever seen's a fucking deep fryer," right? I tell you, he used to fucking do my head in, right? And I'd be sitting there going, oh, please don't let me up there. And then one day Mum went up there and she goes, yeah, he's bad news. Don't hang out with him. Because he used to ask me, he goes, how old are you? I go, 17. He goes, do you want to go clubbing? I go, I can't go clubbing. I'm only 17. He goes, oh, I want to go clubbing with someone. I'm like, oh, fuck, like, he goes, I'm going to go out with my cousins. We're going to go clubbing and pick up chicks. We're going to Club Marconi. That's where it was his fucking stomping ground, right?
Club Marconi.
Yeah.
Classy joint.
Yeah,
Never been.
Oh, it used to be the Mecca, mate. But anyway, he was telling me, he goes, one day I went in there and he goes, it's happened, bro. The old man fucking sold the business. I go, who bought it? He goes, I told you, bro. The fucking Chinese bought it. Now you're fucked. You're going to get nothing, mate. They're going to give you one potato. You know what you get in one potato? Half a box. And when you say, well, what's that bullshit? You know what he said to me? And there's no bullshit. He goes, oh, not problem. Fucking Con, the Greek fucking fish and chip operator in 1994 said that to me. That's how he was. And I'm like, oh, bullshit. So I went home and I said, Dad, we're fucked. Con sold the business.
Because mind you, our dad would never fucking cook.
No, Dad would never cook, ever. I saw Dad cook twice.
Barbie?
No, Barbie's who was the king, but when it came to real cooking, I saw it once and he fucked it. Right?
I don't think I've ever seen Dad cook.
No, he's
cooks a mean Barbie. But that's
Dad's good on the Barbie, and he won't let Mum anywhere near it. Mind you, Mum's cooked every day of her life, but when it comes to the Barbie, she's not allowed near it. Right?
You know, this plate of metal here, it heats up. It's bloody very
that's technical. A fucking story about the barbecue that it just came to mind. I'll pause the fucking Con one just for a second because I haven't finished
it. Folks.
I haven't fucking finished. I haven't finished the
tangent.
I know I'm on a fucking tangent, but I want it. I gotta say it because it just popped into this bullshit fucked up head, and I don't want to forget it. But I'll tell you what happened, and you know what fucking happened. The old man's he stole my fucking tricycle bike wheels.
No, it wasn't tricycle bike. I've got the photograph of what it was. It was your fucking truck. Oh, you had a truck that you could actually sit on.
Okay, Grandma gave me a truck, a semi-trailer truck that you could sit on. And you know what he's done one day? Oh, kids don't use that anymore. He took the wheels off it and put it on his barbecue. He built a barbecue.
And it's still there.
It's still there to this day. The fucking wheels are still there, but the barbecue's fallen down, but the wheels are still there. But he stole...
That's before they
used
cheap
the best
plastic.
bit, Pickle Bear. The fucking wheels aren't round. They got these big they're tractor wheels.
Tractor wheels.
Right? So when you move the barbecue, it goes tunk, 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 tunk. Oh, it's a fucking cracker. But Con sold the business in 1994, and I went home to Dad. I said, I think the Chinese bought it, Dad. And Dad goes, oh, we're fucked. Because Dad shared the same opinion as the Greeks. He liked the Greeks because they're similar thinking. And he goes, we're fucked. The Chinese are fucking mean. They won't give us anything. We won't get shit from the Chinese. And I keep going back and I go to Con, I go, when are you selling? He goes, a couple of weeks, we're gone, mate. We've got Chinese buyers that came in. And he goes, you know what else? They won't fucking change the oil. Like we change the oil every fucking day. We change the oil, but not the Chinese. I go, why not? He goes, because they're cheapskates. Fuck it. They won't. They save any money they can save. They'll save it, and they won't change the oil. You're fucked. And he says, and you know what? You fucking Aussies. He went on a rant. He stood in the middle of the shop and he fucking offended about 20 people in the shop, but he didn't give a fuck because he knew he was selling the business. And he stood. And I'm not making this bullshit up. He stood on a fucking milk crate.
Blue milk crates.
I think he was a little bit touched, and he stood on a milk crate and he goes, I fucking told all of you skippy bush kangaroos, you're fucked. The Chinese are going to come in, they won't change the oil, that means your chips are going to be soggy, you won't have the crisp outer coating that I provide, and you all laughed at me, you all laughed at my people because you thought that's all we were good for, to run milk bars, and we fucking perfected the art of the fish and chip. He did. He stood up in the fucking center of the fucking shop and he says, and the Chinese are going to come in, and you know what the biggest insult is? They sell fucking stale bread because they want to fucking save money. The fucks. And I was actually frightened. I stood in the middle of a shop and went, you've gone too far, Con. You've fucking gone too far. And anyway, I went home and I told Dad the Chinese, and Dad's done the fucking same thing. Oh, they fucking cheapskates. They don't change the oil. The chips are going to be soggy. And you know what? when Con left, and I never saw Con ever again after that day.
We never saw him.
But I got another little mini ram for your money today, folks. That relates to another Greek bloke that reminded me of Con that I used to work with, and it's a fucking good one. It just come into this bullshit brain, and I'm on a roll now. I'm highly caffeinated.
It's funny because Nath hasn't said a word in nearly an hour now.
No, well, he will fucking say his fucking piece when I want him to. But what I'm saying is, no, don't do that because it went in my head and now it's out of my head.
Greek guy you used to work with.
No, but what happened was the Chinese moved in to the fish and chip shop and Dad took matters into his own hands. Because the first time I went up there, I came back home and the chips were half the size. And that was their extra large. And I said...
Did he call a boycott or...?
Dad went off his fucking brain. I went home and I said... He goes, what's... Didn't he? He poked at him. He goes, what's this? I go, well, that's extra large, Dad. He goes, that's fucking bullshit. Those fucking Asians. He fucking said it. And then he goes, I'll take matters in my own hand. And the next Sunday, because every Sunday was fish and chips night, and he went up to the fucking fish and chip shop, and he says, I want extra large. Don't fucking diddle me like you diddle my son. And you know what he got? He got the same fucking size. And he came home and he goes, fuck him. And then he started eating them and he goes, they didn't change the fucking oil. He goes, Con always changed the oil. And you know what he used to say? Dad'd go on a fucking rant now. Because he'd go,
I'm never going back. And
I'm never going back.
Sunday.
I'm never going back. Fuck them. They're fucking cheapskates. They don't change the oil. That's why the chips are greasy. And then he goes, I can't digest these. Didn't he? He goes, and then he'd pop Enos.
I remember that.
You remember that? He'd go, because at 9 o'clock at night, after fish and chip night, he'd go, what are you up for, Dad? Oh, I feel crook, mate. Those fucking chips, I can't digest them. And he'd blame the Chinese. He'd pop some Enos, and he'd sit by the sink and he'd go, like he'd burp. And it was like a wolf howling at the moon.
I even remember the bottle. It was like a glass bottle where it had a green label.
That's right, and it was clear.
Yeah.
And he'd stand by the sink and he'd go, like this. It's like a wolf howling at the moon. And it's because he goes, and I go, what's wrong, Dad? He goes, fucking chips, fucking Asians. He fucking lost his brain over it. And he went up there one day and he goes, he says to him, I'll never forget, he went up there, confronted him. I went with him. And he goes, don't you fuck me. I want a fucking decent size of chips. And when did you last change the fucking oil? And they're like, oh, what problem? And Dad fucking hated it. And then from that point on, he never went up there ever again.
No, he's never been.
Never been there ever again. I think he found another place. And you know what? The fuck they came back to haunt him because the next place they were Greek and he was in love because they fucking got on like a house on fire and they were making the chips to his liking because they changed the oil. But that's what those Greek people sold the business and he's dealing with Asians again and he's still complaining. But he can't. He's a sucker for fish and chips.
Haunted by the ghost of Con.
He's haunted by Con, but Con was a fucking loose cracker. But I worked many years later in the late 90s with a company that used to have a courier service. And anyway, one of the couriers was Greek, and he fucking loved the Formula One, right? And his old man couldn't speak a word of English. His old man would work in and go, "Hello, cousin." That's all he could say, right? But his name, I can't remember his name actually, but he was like, he just loved to talk.
For argument's sake, it's Con.
Or Theo.
It fucking was Theo. No bullshit, it was Theo. I'm not bullshitting you now. It was fucking Theo.
Which is short for Theolopoulos.
Yeah, it was. I'm not making it up. Yeah. It was Theo.
We don't pick up a couple of listeners in the Greek area.
Yeah. His name was Theo. His name was Theo. Right, well, Theo used to come in, that fucking bullshit, that's bullshit you said that, because now I remember. He used to come in, and he used to wait for our parcels. You used to work at this place too.
Yeah.
He waited for the parcels to come out, and then he would deliver them via the different routes that he had, or routes that he had. And so anyway, while he was waiting for the parcels to be done, he'd fucking talk to you. But he found out I like Formula One, and he didn't shut the fuck up about it. He was a big Ferrari fan, and he loved Schumacher, and he'd never fucking stop. And the supervisors would say, is this guy bothering? Go, no, he's cool. And they'd say, well, he's preventing you from working. We need to fuck him off. And they fucked him off, right? But guess what? Many years later, because he was a courier, I was at Haymarket, walking to this place of work that I was at, and he sees me, of all places, near the fucking Paddy's Market. And he stops his truck in the middle of traffic. I'm not making this up. And he sticks his head out and he goes, cousin! And I go, fuck, is that you, Theo? He goes, yeah, man. He goes, fuck, bro. He goes, I haven't seen you for years, man. Are you fucking still watching it? I go, yeah. And this was the 1999 season. And he goes, the fucking car's quick, bro. He goes, I think they might do it. I think he might do it. Shuey might do it. This year's before we fucking knew what would happen. He goes, but them fucking tyres are shit, bro. That fucking cost. Actually, it was a 98 Susan because they had good years. And he goes, fucking those tyres cost us, bro. Fuck those tyres. But the car is quick, man. And I'm like, fuck. People are looking at me. It's the middle of Haymarket. And I hadn't seen him for years, you know. But his name was Theo. So that's my little... But I got another Greek story about a Greek bloke. But I'll say that another time. Actually, I'll say it very quickly. A very, very good friend of mine, he wanted to escape from military service in Greece. No fucking
It's a
bullshit.
true story.
This is a fucking true story. And he came to Australia and he was watching the Formula one time. And he thought the only way he could get out of military service was to change his surname. And he fucking did, but he didn't know what to change it to. So he was watching the Formula one time and he was looking at the cars and he goes to a friend, I like the look of those cars. What are they? And he says they're McLaren. So he changed his name to McLaren. No bullshit. But he looks like a fucking the most Greekest of Greeks you've ever seen. And his last name's McLaren. And for years we were saying, how the fuck are you McLaren? And he goes, I watched the Formula One race one time and changed my name. That's another fucking story. You've had about 50 billion rams today, folks. I can't give you any more. I've ranted and I've raved. I haven't talked about the fucking topic of the show, which I'm going to now. I'm spent. Topic of the show.
Greece.
No.
You would think so.
there.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
I have been there.
It's funny because Mum and Dad are going to Greece.
They are. They booked the trip.
Like I've never been, but just hearing tales of what it's like in Athens, they're probably not going to like it too much. Can I tell you,
if we're still doing this bullshit podcast, then
you will be.
If we are, we're going to have so much material because Dad is going to come back.
They made me fucking shit and wipe my ass and stick it in a bed.
He's going to say, the fucking Acropolis, fuck that place. You know? Because he's always about Italy.
If I wanted to go see some fucking rubble, I'd go down to Western Sydney.
That's what he'd say. You'd say to him, aren't you excited about going to Rome? Oh, fuck, what's just another city, mate?
It's full of fucking rude Italians.
Yeah, he goes, fuck, if I want to see that, I'll go to Leichhardt. Like, he's unbelievable, mate. But they've booked a trip.
The cannoli's better than fucking Leichhardt.
Yeah, the fucking cannoli's better at Leichhardt.
I could have gone to Camden and got my fucking cannoli there.
The best thing is he goes, I wanted the coffee in Rome, and fuck, my mum makes a better coffee than that bullshit. But yeah, that'll be interesting when they come back. We'll have so much material. It's unbelievable. Topic of the show. We're going to do it. Right, this is a confessional episode.
Oh, jeez.
It's a confessional. And I've got nervous Nathan because he's looking nervous now.
No, I'm all right. Let's get confessionals out of the way first.
Let's do it, man.
Anyone
dating
that's
stories.
Listened before. There was talk of an adult friend find-up guy. You got to own up to
all right, tell us the story. Because I get a phone call and say it wasn't 100% accurate, but don't tell us the details that...
I'll give you all the details. I'll give you some background.
All right, you can do whatever you want.
I've been single for a while now. Gone out this particular night.
You're not now. Let's put that out there.
Love you, darling, if you're listening.
She's beautiful.
Let's be honest, mate. She won't be listening.
So don't do anything.
She won't be listening to this. She wouldn't listen to this shit.
If she's listening, I'm probably going to be single again very soon.
Yeah, don't. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying don't say anything that's going to put you in the shit. I'm telling you now. I'm being serious.
That was then. This is now.
All right. Well,
so we've gone out.
I put the disclaimer out there.
I remember it very fondly. I remember the start. I remember the end. I don't remember the in-between. So I've gone out, another unsuccessful night, trying to sell my wares, which were not selling well. Got home.
My mum thinks you're absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Fair enough.
I'm just, if it's any consolation, a 70-year-old woman.
I don't know. Older women seem to, they
love
maybe
you.
I've just got to go to my niche or something. I don't know. Bloody.
I almost picked up an 81-year-old at a wedding.
Oh,
and that's for fucking Pedro. I gave that to Pedro on a silver platter because you know what happened? It wasn't a wedding. It was a fucking funeral.
81-year-old.
Yeah. What happened was we went to this funeral.
You haven't let Nathan speak.
I just get this out of the way.
I've got something as well.
I want to make him feel better because this is a fucking.
I own it. I don't feel bad about it.
I own it too. Fuck it. But I'll tell you what happened. I went to this fucking funeral. This is terrible, right? A lady died that we knew. And we're sitting around. It was a big affair where they were doing the wake, where they have all the food. Mm-hmm. I think it was at a club, an RSL.
My brain's fucked as well.
I need that. I need that fucking pad though. I need it.
I can remember the 3 words that are on there, don't I?
No, there's some other shit on there though. I need those words.
All right, I remember that now.
All right,
because I'll forget otherwise.
All right. Well, when you want that pad back, just tell me and I'll give you the pad.
I should remember it now. I've written it down.
So anyway,
sorry.
We're sitting at this random table with people, and we're having, when they do I can never work out at funerals where you eat. and have a good time. That's a fucking tree frog.
I
And
thought it
so,
was a duck.
so
Frogs in
anyway,
here too.
we're sitting at this table, and there's this Irish lady, and she says she was in her 80s, but I tell you, she looked pretty good for her 80s.
Filet de potato.
How can you ruin potatoes, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, darling?
Filet de potato, you wee little cunt.
Super Mario making
You
quite a few appearances today.
You know Irish Dean? He's told me some fucking. He's taught me some Irish slang. Jacqueline.
No, any really.
Jacqueline means you like the English, so that the Irish aren't big fans of them. Yeah, there's a few. Naughty means you're not naughty. You're fucking from the north. But anyway, okay, sidetrack. We're at this fucking funeral, and there was Pedro and I were there because we knew this lady, and we were just sitting there chatting. And I don't know how Pedro was giving me shit about how I'm a neat freak, and this woman says, "Oh, I was looking for a man that was so neat," or something like I don't know. And then we're chatting and chatting and chatting, and she just says, and Pedro to this day still gives me shit over it. She goes, "Where were you 50 years ago?" I said, I wasn't even conceived, darling. And she says, "I know, that's the universe working against us." And so Pedro goes, "You've just picked up an 80-year-old. And that was a fucking low point.
How's that a low point?
I'd take it now.
Talking of low points, where were we?
Adult friend finder.
That's right. All right, so gone out, unsuccessful. And this is a part I'm not too sure of. So I've obviously come home, got the laptop out. This is before Tinder, Bumble, Grindr, etc. So I've said, all right, in my drunken state, I can only assume what happened. I've decided, let's give this a crack. So I've signed up to Adult Friend Finder, filled my profile out, and I've taken a photo of myself standing in my undies in the mirror. I don't remember this. Anyway,
That bit I didn't
people
know.
won't believe this. I woke up in the morning. This was a Thursday night I went out. I had Friday at work. I woke up in the fucking horrors. Anyway, woken up, rolled over, and there's my laptop, my wallet, my credit card, an Adult Friend Finder open. And I've just gone, fuck, what have I done here? Oh, is it too late to cancel? Oh, I've done a 12-month subscription. Oh, well.
Do you remember your password? Because that'd be a waste.
I was still logged in. Oh, I used the same password for everything. Stupidly.
No, you don't.
For that one I did. Well, back then I was different password now. So I did that. And just like in real life, unsuccessful in selling my wares. No one wanted a piece of this decrepit body. Until one night where come across a young lady. It wasn't, great, but it had been a while. I was lonely, confused, didn't know what I was doing in life. And got chatting. And she lived at Penrith. And chatting away, I don't even know, just about some random shit. And I said, yeah, fuck it. Let's go for a drive. Once again, I don't know why, Thursday nights just bring out the worst in me.
Because you're dumb for the week. You're fucking over it.
Got in the car. This would have been about 11 o'clock. Drove out to Penrith, full of excitement, like a kid in a candy shop.
Well, it would be because you know what you're supposed to be getting.
Yeah, well, there was
Supposed to be, but you don't. But can I? Sorry,
it
you
was
didn't.
pretty much.
You didn't meet her. You didn't go out for a date.
Oh no, not
nothing.
at all.
So you didn't even meet up
straight
with
to the
her.
house 11 o'clock at night. Opened the door and straight away I've started having regrets. Anyway, she said
It's a Penrith special.
The kid's asleep in the next room. Just come into my bedroom. Oh, tree frogs, rare species up here. Beautiful creatures. So
That's fucking waffles.
climbed into the bed next to her, and at this point I've started regretting my decision. Unfortunately, I had just driven. It's a good 45.
You want to get a return on investment.
You wanted a return on
Exactly.
investment.
Anyway, so she's trying to do things. I couldn't do it. I'm a giver. I couldn't do it.
You're a good sport.
And she's trying to kiss me, couldn't do it. Anyway, sorry everyone for a bit of graphic. Use the old fingers for a while. Then I fell asleep. I woke up at like 4 and I went home. I could not conceive, could not penetrate. So I got in the car. Driving home, I can't remember what I was listening to. I'm sure at that point...
Was it a head support?
Morrissey, probably.
I'm all out of love.
Could have even been fucking Coldplay or something. It's even worse. Driving home on the M4, I've hit Friday morning peak hour traffic, and I'm in a mixture of crying and laughing. Everyone, that was rock bottom for me, I think.
That's beautiful.
I didn't have any more success on Adult Friend Finder. So it cost me, I don't know, dignity, tank of fuel,
And a credit card.
about $150 I think it was for the year. And they're speechless. That's impressive. You're speechless.
I'm speechless.
That's a beautiful story of love.
Well, you know,
If you're listening out there, darling, I'm sorry. It just wasn't the right time for us. The universe was working against us, as some would say.
it was because you had your heart was bound to another. The universe said, no, you must go with this other person.
And the same story, this beautiful man here did give me the advice to
Oh, that was terrible.
to break. No, well, look, I wasn't very happy. I was in a very strange place. And people were telling me there was issues. She didn't get along with my family at all. We dated for quite some time.
Sorry, just the backstory. Sorry. Hold that thought. The backstory is I get a phone because I used to work with the Pickle Bear / Nervous Nathan quite a bit. Not for the same company, but we worked alongside.
Yeah.
And I'd talk to him about all sorts of bullshit. And what happened was we started playing Borderlands, and we got to talk about Borderlands in a minute.
Oh, brilliant game.
Yeah, park it. Park Borderlands for a sec.
Write that down, we'll lose it.
Yeah, Borderlands. Where's the fucking pen? Oh, this is what my life's come to. Fucking Jesus. Now, what happened was, he rings me up and I said, "How are you?" And it was I could tell he was down, and I mean legit down, not even funny.
I remember
down.
exactly where I was standing when I made the phone call too.
Where were you?
Standing in the backyard of my parents, next to got this lovely fiberglass type beach pool, banana bed type thing. I was on the phone to him walking around because I couldn't get reception in my fucking room in the Garage Mahal. That was a shocker.
He used to live in a place.
The Garage Mahal.
He used to live in a place called the Garage Mahal.
Beautiful. Beautiful spot.
It was awesome. No bullshit. Because Pedro used to have a.
He had a Garage Mahal as well.
Well, we didn't call it that because we didn't know about this word.
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
had,
that's a beautiful word
But
for
he
it.
had we called it a granny flat.
I've just remembered another dark point in my life involving that. So in the Garage Mahal, I was out in the backyard of my parents. I didn't have blinds for a long time. And I don't know what happened, but the computer, that was there, and you would sit there. And again, I think I came home with a few too many in my stomach. And I've decided, it's going to help me sleep. I'm going to, self-abuse a bit.
Knock one out.
And I'm pretty sure Mum's walked out the back. Anyway, she was pretty good about it. I don't think she saw it I think she saw it at the time, but didn't say anything. And the next morning, she sort of said, "Oh, yeah? What were you doing last night?" And I was like, "Oh, went out." She goes, "Oh, okay. You're on your computer quite late. You look like you're up to something." Shout out to Mum. Thanks for softening the blow on that one.
They know. They fucking know. If you've got sons,
I've got blinds now.
they
but-
know. You've got
Blinds.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
So you don't forget these things. I think they just
No.
stick to the inside of your head.
No. You
And
don't
then you
forget.
delve down this dark
The beauty
path.
is now you'll be at peace. So you'll be able to walk away today.
Yeah, it's like taking a shit.
It's a therapy
It's like
session.
taking a shit coming in.
Yeah.
But he rings me from this particular point, and he says, "Look, I don't know what to do. Because when I first met Nervous Nath, he had a girlfriend. I knew that, right? And I'd actually never met her. Of all the years I'd known you, I never met her. And he rang me up and he goes, "Oh, well," I go, no bullshit. You don't sound good, man. What's wrong?" And he goes, "I've had a big fight with her or something like this, or I just don't know what to do. I'm not into her. And she's causing problems. There's all sorts of bullshit."
Look, I probably wasn't in the right state. I shouldn't bag her. We weren't right for each other. She's remarried, had kids, and
Which is great.
pretty
Fine.
happy,
Yep.
which is good.
Yep.
I'm happy for it. We just weren't in the right.
Yeah, and that happens, right? But he rings me and he says, "What should I do?" Now, and I'm thinking, he's coming to me. Oh, fuck.
Of all people, I don't know why you're going in
fuck.
for.
And
Jesus.
this is the advice I gave him. Are you ready for it? I said, "Well, if you're not happy, better now than later on in life when you have kids to her and all that bullshit, because that's where it was going."
He didn't pussyfoot with it. Everyone
No.
else pussyfoot.
No, I just said break up with her, dude. Break up with her.
might work.
I
out.
said,
That's
what do
because he has zero.
No, I've got like the switch was never put in his brain, which
You
actually,
wanted me to be miserable, didn't you?
Yeah, because I did. I
Well,
want
that
someone else.
fucking backfired, didn't it?
I want someone else to feel the pain that I have. No, because I said to him, "Look, what are you going to do with her? I'm not being funny. Where is it going to go? Are you going to end up marrying her? Or are you going to just do what you're doing with her? Because at some point, I don't care what anyone says, somebody's going to say, I want more out of it. Either she's going to say to you, I want more than this bullshit, or or you want more out of it, right? And he said, well, I don't want any more out of it. I don't want to be with her in that way. Because I said, what if she says to you, at the time they were quite young, so it was fine at the time. But I said, well, when you get to your 30s and later on...
22, I reckon.
Yep.
Okay, so that's
I've
fine.
been with her from 16.
Yeah. And I said to him, okay, well, put yourself in my position, because I'm quite a bit older than Nath. What if you get to your 30s and she says to you, well, I'm sick of you, doing nothing with this relationship, or you're doing nothing at all, in my eyes, with your life. I want more out of it.
She was on the money, I think.
Huh?
She was on the money, I think. I still haven't really done anything with my life.
Oh, bullshit. Don't tell them what you do, but you're fucking killing it.
I don't know about that.
No, you're killing it,
We'll
literally.
save that for another time, eh?
Yeah, that's a fucking that's another podcast we'll get out of you. But no, I said to him, well, don't pussyfoot around, just break up with her. Right, if you're not prepared to do the next step, or you're not whether she wants it or not, or you do or not, it doesn't matter. Just end it. You're miserable.
I went and saw her straight after that phone call.
And literally, and this is the other advice I had for him, because then I was trying to cheer him up, which was a fucking disaster. I said to him, well, listen
to some Morris here.
No, I said to him, have you heard this? Because he's in the...
Have you heard the Stepping Westward album?
Yes, so Nervous Nate is in the massive music like I am. And I said, we've got to talk about that nightclub too. And I said to him, listen, why don't you just listen to some music? I got this great record you should listen to. And it was Stabbing Westward, Darkest Days. And I know, and you know, and we all know now, that's probably the most depressing album in the history of the world.
It's up there.
And
it's
certainly
not easily listening when you're in a bad
mood. The next day or the day after...
It's all about perception with that album.
Yeah. Tell us what it is later in a sec. He rings me back and he says, oh man, I want to just thank you so much for the chat the other night. And I thought, okay, that's cool, And he goes, as soon as we chatted, I broke up with her. And I'm listening to Stabbing Westward, Darkest Days, and I'm happy. I've never been happy. I've never been more happy. And I'm like, oh, fuck, what have I done? What have I fucking done? Right? And I remember telling Pedro and some other people that we know, and I'm like, I fucking killed this guy. And he goes, no, seriously, you did me a favour, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. I really don't know what your situation was. So maybe that's true or maybe it's not. I don't know, right? But it's worked out for the best. But at the end of the day, he was talking about the rabbit hole of Stabbing Westward and Darkest Days, and then he's ringing me up at work and going, do you know it's in 4 parts? I go, oh, fuck, he's really in the rabbit hole. I go, what do you mean it's in 4 parts? He goes, oh, what is it? The first part's...
I got to look it up because I don't want to butcher this.
Yeah, the first part is revenge or something, or misery, and then there's...
The album's about the stages of a breakup and a relationship going
south.
And mind you probably didn't know that before.
No, I didn't. I didn't know it. Yeah. He blew me away when he told me this, because he got right into it, and he's looking it up.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Have we got some...
Roll it, babies! Cha-cha-cha. No, he's told me it's in 4 parts. And I never knew this, right? I never really got into it.
Never even opened the album cover.
No,
just put the
there we
fucking
go.
CD in.
Okay.
Darkest Days is a concept album consisting of 4 acts, with each portraying a different emotional phase gone through after a breakup. First act, tracks 1 to 4, is about sabotaging the relationship. The second act, tracks 5 to 9, is about lust, hope, and longing. Third act, 10 to 12, is about hitting rock bottom after it's all over. Shout out to my girl from Penrith. And the fourth act, tracks 13 to 16, is about recovery and self-respect. So on your way down, as dark as that is,
fuck, I love that song.
Self-discovery and respect.
So he rings me up and he tells me this at work, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I feel really bad. And I don't know if I ever told you this, but I emailed Pedro and said, I'm a little bit worried about young Nath because he's ringing me up about this fucking depressing album. Pedro's never listened to it. Pedro's not in the music.
Maybe you should.
It's not for everyone, but I think it's a brilliant piece of music.
It is, man.
I love that album.
It is. I think that band's a tragic band in a lot of ways, because I was telling you on the way up, they made 3 albums, studio albums, and the third album, which is the one after Darkest Days, they themselves don't like it. And it commercially flopped, and reviews the critics didn't like it much either, and the fans were a little bit divided on it. But that second album is their masterpiece. But the third album, the band went, we've completely lost our direction here, and they broke up over it. And so they basically broke up before they could really get their stride. And they were around at the time of like Nine Inch Nails,
Yep.
or a little bit after Nine Inch
99
Nails.
inch. So a lot of your new metal was coming.
Yeah,
through,
so they were
stuff
the
like that.
industrial. I'd class them as industrial metal more than anything else. And I'm not the biggest fan of industrial metal, and you would have heard me talking with Rocket Russell about.
Episode 12 point.
Oh, who fucking knows when this prick uploads shit now? But this could be before or after in a parallel bullshit universe. I don't know when it goes up. But what I'm saying is that I was saying,
I don't know either. I'm not.
Yeah, he's now got a fucking list of episodes, and he goes, "Oh, I'll pick one out of my ass and fucking upload it." I'm like, "Well, fucking what one is it?" And then when the worst thing is, he says to me, "Don't fucking number them anymore." And you know what? I'll give you some fucking feedback, motherfucker. This fucking Pickle Bear, Nervous Nath, you know what he says to me? I don't like it that you don't number them anymore because now I'm out of fucking whack. I don't know what I'm listening to.
Yeah, but really, does Pickle Bear want to listen to 2 episodes of himself back to back?
It's a parallel universe, man. You could.
I was just going to run a bath and just flog myself for 2 to 3 hours. Honestly, if anyone is even still listening now, go and have a look in your mirror. If you're in your
And
car,
flog yourself.
look in your
Flog
rearview
yourself.
mirror and just have a think. What are you doing listening to me talk? Bloody hell, honestly.
Have a long hard
I
look
do
at
that.
yourself.
I do that
Christ.
every time we do this bullshit podcast. I can't believe people listen to it. It's so fucking shit. Look at the fucking bullshit table we've got. We have bullshit memorabilia dolls that I collected that make me fucking question everything.
I got
you know?
Wolf.
But you know what? I'm
pulling
gonna make
himself
you. I'm gonna make you feel better today because I've written down on this fucking pad. Right.
Sorry, before we get off track, what did I write there? Can you read that out for me?
Pick up soy milk because I'm a soy boy. No,
Oh,
it says
sorry, that was my fault.
over 50k single club.
Okay, so this is another one I was singing of before. Went out for a Bucks party. I would have been 22.
I haven't heard this.
Yeah, I just remembered it. So I went to the Unity, which is now the Workers in Balmain. Anyway, we're all there, and I was, I don't know, 21, 22. Might have even been a bit younger, and my neighbour was getting married. It was his Bucks. Anyway, they wouldn't let you in this club because it was only after a certain time. So to join, you had to enter the club. You had to join, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. It was $30 to join, so I've joined or whatever. Didn't realise what it was. Went upstairs, and I'm like, oh, there's a bit of an older crew in here tonight, whatever. So carried on, drank, went home. Next week, I get an email in my inbox. It was an over 50 singles club. I think I was the youngest ever member. I still
done.
get emails to this day from them.
Do you?
I'm getting close. 20 years from now, they'll probably be dead, but I'll be ready to go.
Oh, that will always be
Ring a ding ding.
Ring a ding ding.
I'm not that far off it. Couple of years from now, if I fucking don't push shit uphill as much as I am, I'll fucking be there. You know what I mean? I'll be popping fucking pills left, right, and centre, but I'll be in the over 50 singles club. I tell you, the neighbour, she's 54.
Is this a red light neighbour?
No,
No, that's a different
this is another one. Is she? I tell you now, she doesn't look bad for 54, but she annoys me, and I can't have it. I can't do it.
That's pretty much the basis of a relationship.
I know, but she fucking does my head in already. I just get angry, and I can't.
Yep.
It just does me in.
Just live in the same house. You've got all the basic fundamentals.
You're
of a
basically
relationship.
sorted, mate. Yeah.
Oh, it would be perfect. You just knock on each other's door and go, all right, let's get it on. I only need 30 seconds.
Let's get
at
it
a time.
on.
Stamina, man, eh? Impressive.
No, it's more like, Spit Roast Steve did one stroke. Did you hear that one?
No.
He fucking...
That episode hasn't been uploaded yet.
Yes,
I don't
it
think.
Oh, fucking who knows where you upload shit? I don't know where you're doing anymore. It's all fucked up. Everything we had, the plans we built, my life is fucking in the toilets now. I had plans. I had it all sorted out. I was going to be an internet fucking superstar, and I was going to have chicks throwing themselves at me and going, I love you, Retro Dan. You fucking made it. You're a comedy superstar. I was going to do coke like fucking Robin Williams did on fucking Broadway. But no, you took my dreams from me because you won't let me number the episodes.
I had hearing before this.
I had fucking everything, and you took it away.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. No, but I'm going to make him feel better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, tell us about some of your
I'll
dating
fucking...
stories.
This is only the few
And,
that I
and,
can
and for the
remember.
loyal audience, this is leading up to a book release that we will write at some
I
point.
really need to compare notes, to be fair, with Pedro's wife. Because Pedro's wife got so fascinated by my dating stories that she would write them down, and I'm not making this up, on a pad. And she said, one day we'll sit down and we'll write a book. This is true. This is absolutely true.
That's
right?
that's completely two different books. Your Rams of where you're a complete fuck up, and this is where
she used to piss herself because I'd get on RSVP and eHarmony and all that bullshit. And at one point, I was dating 5 women at once.
Jesus.
And it's not because I'm a fucking superstar. I'm telling you the truth. It's not. And I fucked it all up. I fucked every one of them up. You know why? Because this little brain can't remember their bullshit names. And I got to the point where I'm like, well, can't you wear a fucking name tag? And I called one a different name to the other, and she got the shits. But that also happened to me, right? And I was like, well, and I got it all here. Actually, I'll write it on this fucking note.
Was it called you Dave? Like it was close to.
Well, I'll get to the first one.
Or was it like, hey, you go, Michael?
I'll get to the first one. I'm
where'd that
sitting
come
there
from?
having dinner with this lady, right, that I met, and I can't even get that far these days because they're not interested, you know. And so anyway, I was like, got to the point where I said, I'll meet you in halfway because I think she lived closer to the city. And this is the thing, they all live in the city. They all live in the city. And this is a little thing that I did, a little social experiment that I did. I never told you about it, but I did.
Don't tell them your postcode.
Exactly. Actually, I lied where I lived. I actually put on the profile that I lived in the city and that I was working in the city. And I'm telling you now, I went from 0 likes without changing the picture, without changing the major content of the profile. All I did was change where I lived, and all of a sudden, I was getting fucking kisses left, right, and centre.
It's all about the money, mate.
It is, man. I'm not making this up.
I'm not making this up. Or the perception that the West has no money.
I'll tell you the story. This is the truth. One time I went, and I sat down, and she said, "Oh, where do you live again?" And I said, I said to her, "Oh, I live in where I do." And she says, "Why? Why would you live there?" And I said, well, because I work out that way. And she goes, well, what do you do? And I told her. And she said, oh, why would you do that? And mind you, I was earning triple the money she would ever see in her life.
First date, or is this
First date. Going and having coffee with this girl, right? And that was the first conversation I had out of her mouth. And then she was quite smart because then she says, well, but it says on your profile you live in such and such, which is near the city. And I'm like, then I bullshitted and I said, well, that's where I used to live and I just didn't change my profile. And what happened was I got a newer job and I work out this way. So the relationship was already based on a foundation of bullshit. But I didn't give a fuck. You know what you should
have said to her? Didn't say in your profile that you're not a cunt.
No.
Sorry, beep that.
No,
that's beautiful.
No. But you know how many women I met? 100%. They were looking for guys that were within a 5K radius. Yeah. They'd have on their profile, they wanted to be going out with an architect. They wanted a guy that was 6 foot tall. They wanted a guy that had hair.
I don't match any of these things yet.
Right? Oh, no, I'm fucked. Right? And I haven't even... I'm not even going to tell you the fucking big one. That I'm not going to even say it, but you guys, I'll tell you off air what the big one is.
Could you imagine a fucking woman, a bloke putting that? I'm only interested in a 6 foot blonde with big tits
so this is where I'm a bit bitter and twisted, right? Because I don't look at it like that, right? But these women, and I'm not saying all women, it just happened to be the ones that I met. And they were all the same. They were all like, oh, what, you don't work in the city? One of them was like, oh, we'll go out and have drinks after work and we'll catch up then to meet up. And I'm like, but I told you I don't work in the city and I don't drink and I don't want to go in the city on a Friday night. I'd rather fucking put my nuts in a vice, you know what I mean? And that was it, dead, right? And one of them says, well, I'm looking for a guy in a 5K radius. Good luck with that, darling, you know what I mean? And they had very, very particular criteria. And if you didn't meet one little thing in that criteria, you were fucked. You were dead. And I couldn't get one fucking... And let me tell you, I had women, ladies at my workplace that used to do my profile for me, right? And I would say to them... No.
Did you delegate work to these people?
Yes, I fucking did. Because they couldn't work out. They're like, well, how come you don't have it? And I'm like, well, I can't find anyone. And they're like, well, don't go on this bullshit. And I went, okay, I'll go on this bullshit. And I couldn't get anyone on that shit either. And they'd say, well, show us your profile. And initially they went, yeah, well, that's shit. And I said, well, you fucking do it. And I'm not making this up, 10 different women in my workplace look at my profile and go, that's cool. I would probably have coffee with you, right? From then on, who fucking, that's in your power.
And this
right?
was based on Penrith?
No, this is... Initially it was based on that, yes. Yep. Right? And initially it was based on where I live, right? We'll leave the names out of it.
No, it's all right. Penrith's a pretty broad area.
Yeah, but we'll leave the names out of it. But that's the area, right? And so I was leaving, being truthful, and I said to these people that I was working with, I can't get anyone, right? And if I ask them, if I give them, because I think on an RSVP it's kisses. From memory?
No idea.
If I, you're a fucking, you don't have this problem.
Mate, I've been married for 12 years,
Yeah,
man.
he never went through this bullshit. He
Didn't
never
exist
went through
when I
it.
was dating.
But he never went through it. I fucking went through it. This is why I could write a book on this bullshit, and this is why now I've given up. I don't give a fuck now. I can't be bothered. I'm fucking done with it. Fuck it. I'll be a priest in the fucking mountains with the fucking monks, and I'll be ringing a bell every fucking lunchtime for the other monks to come in from the fields from their fucking rice paddies or some other bullshit.
Because I can't be satisfaction with the
I think got fucking more satisfaction than I fucking got with this bullshit and paying $100 for 6 months of fucking wasteful bullshit, sitting on my phone, swiping left, swiping fucking right, and wearing my thumb down to nothing. I'm fucking over it. And I'll tell you, I showed these women at my work and I said, listen, what do you guys think? And they go, you know what? If I wanted to, yeah, I'd say it's a decent profile, right? And then it's in the act of God now to see what happens. But you know what? They'd ask me because they loved it. These women loved it. They loved helping me out because you know what they're like? They love that shit at lunchtime. It was something for them to talk about. And they go, how you going? Did you get any kisses? I'm like, no, none. And I said, and I'll tell you why. I bet you if I change the postcode on that fucking thing, I put money on it that I'll suddenly get likes and kisses. And they're like, well, I bet, no, that's not what it's about. I go, no, it is. I'm telling you it is. And you know what? I fucking did. And all of a sudden, no bullshit, within the space of one fucking day, I had 10 women kissing me and saying, oh, can we go out for coffee? Right? So I didn't change anything on that fucking profile.
Yeah,
I didn't change one fucking thing on it. I left everything on there except for the postcode, and I changed it. And I went to these women that I worked with, these ladies that I worked with, and I said, you know what? I just did a social experiment on Saturday, and you know what? I'm fucking right. You're wrong. I changed where I lived. I put it more closer to the city, and I made myself a little bit more glamorous with where I live, but I didn't change one word in the fucking profile, and all of a sudden, I'm fucking Tom Cruise on this thing. And all of a sudden, I was going out with 5 women. In one fucking day. In one day, I went out with 5 chicks and I was fucking exhausted when I got home. And you know what I got out of it?
Well,
Nothing.
like this.
You know what I got out of it? I went on the fucking Chatterbait and looked at that for fucking the night. That's how successful that bullshit was. Because every one of those women, who I might fucking put it out there right now, weren't that fucking much chop themselves. They thought they were attractive, but they weren't that great. They weren't that fucking great. They weren't anything to write home about, but they weren't, you know, unattractive women, but they weren't fucking models, but they made themselves out to be fucking awesome, but they weren't. And then you'd say, what do you do for a fucking job? Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Oh, fuck, I know in my
Part-time
sick little
barista.
head, I know in my sick little head I earn fucking triple what you earn, but it's not about money. Where do you live? Oh, I live with mum and dad. Oh, so it's all right for you to fucking live with mum and dad, but if I said that, I'm a fucking loser, right? But then I'd say, but I own my own place. Oh, but where? Oh, there. Why would you live there?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Right? And then I'd say, because I couldn't afford your bullshit place where you fucking live, darling, and at least I own something. Oh, what car do you drive? This is the best bit. This is the best bit. Because I had a company car back then. I had a Commodore, right? And I'll never fucking forget.
Pride of the Bogans.
Yeah, right? But I didn't
Dunny
pay
boy.
for it. I didn't pay for it. I didn't have a car for 10 plus years. I didn't have a car. I had a company car and it was awesome, right? And I couldn't give a fuck what the company was going to give me. It was my car. You remember the cars I had?
Yeah.
It was my car, a company car. It didn't cost me fucking dick, right? And they'd say to me, what car do you drive? This is how superficial they were. Oh, I drive a Commodore. Oh, why would you drive that? And then I'd explain to them, well, it's a company car. Oh, what do you mean by that? I go, well, it's part of my package. The company provides me a car and it's my car. You know, it doesn't cost me anything. And after 3 years, I fucking put it in, and they say, "What color do you want?" You know, and they go, "Oh, I wouldn't drive that." I go, "What would you drive?" I drive an Audi. I drive this. I drive that. And then I'd go into the fucking, and this is no bullshit. I'd go back to work and report all of this to the girls at work because they loved it. And I'd say, "Oh, well, this is what they told me," and they go, "Oh, what a piece of work," you know. And then here's the best bit. And I'm sorry, I am sorry, but you're right. There was a huge difference between the women out this way and the women in the city. And I didn't want to borrow the women out this way. I'm sorry I didn't. Because I'd meet them And it was like the reverse. I was the fucking snob because I didn't want the ones with the pierced nose and the pierced fucking eye ring and the 100 fucking rings on their fucking ears and the shit with their lips. They look like a fucking woman from Africa with the plates. You know, have you seen the women with the plates, the big fucking plate lips? You know, the ones with the lips?
Yep.
I didn't want that fucking shit. And I didn't want to know that they fucking had 15 kids already at the age of fucking 25. I didn't give a shit. So I was like, I used to come home, and I'm not being funny, I was fucking demoralised with it, and I went, fuck it. I'd be better off being single. I'd be better off with this little fucking prick going, you're a fucking loser, you never got married, you fuck.
I've never said that.
Yeah, but you thought it.
No, I've never thought that.
All right, well, fair enough. I was putting words in your head.
Swinging some accusations.
But I used to think it. I used to think it. And Mum used to go, I can't understand why he's not married. I can't. So you say to her, Mum, I've given up. I've fucking given up. I have given up. I don't want it now. I don't want to know about it. And then it got to the point, no bullshit. I'm telling you,
Look at the alternate. You end up driving out to Penrith on a Thursday night.
No, well,
I think you made the right choice.
No, well, yeah, but
or maybe you haven't.
But this is me
hit
though.
Rock bottom yet.
He doesn't have to. He just has to walk across his driveway.
Yeah, I could walk across the driveway. No, she's moved out. No, she's moved out.
Aw, that's disappointing.
No, I'm telling you now.
And you want to move in?
I'm telling you now. You'd be better off doing it yourself.
Hey, Dano, you don't have to walk far. In your area, mate, you wouldn't have to go far.
Mate, I'll tell you where there's one.
Yeah.
There's about 5 in my area.
Oh, there would have to be.
In walking distance within 10 minutes.
I see
but
that.
what I'm
It's
saying,
convenience.
but I don't want that. But that's the problem. I don't want that bullshit either.
Yeah.
Right? And so what I'm saying is, I used to go, fuck all of this bullshit, right?
Hmm.
Because if I met one that was nice on appearance, she'd have some bullshit, right? Some fucking baggies that did my head in. And I'm like, but I've got a nice, quiet, uncomplicated life. Why do I want to complicate it? Why do I want to complicate my life with bullshit? I don't want it. I don't want to deal with somebody else's bullshit baggage that they've got, and they've got to fucking meet fucking whatever his name is on Saturday to give the kids over. I don't want it, you know? Fuck it.
I completely understand. It seems like there's a blueprint in life. You got to do this, then you got to get married, then you got to have kids.
Mm-hmm. You know
You don't
why?
have to do any of it, mate. You don't have to do it.
Mate, that's the Catholic Church model. That's why.
You don't have to do kids, mate.
Just
You don't have to do it. You know what my view on the world
same
is?
as you. I can see why.
Don't need it, mate. You know what? If I really liked someone enough and she had a kid, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But my problem is I don't want the complication. I got fucking bigger problems, right? You know what I mean? And so and now I haven't even got to that bullshit. If I told them about that bullshit, that's a fucking. I've told people about that by accident. And I'm not going to say what it is. We'll keep it under our hat. And they go, oh, fuck, is it contagious? I've had that. No bullshit. I've had that.
Contagious.
I've had that.
How fucking...
I've had that. I've had it.
Did you just get up and walk away?
I fucking just go, I left the room. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, how'd that happen? Oh, what? Really? All this sort of bullshit.
I'd start making
the
fucking stupid
101 questions of bullshit.
You should just make stupid shit up.
Oh, no, mate, I'm serious. No. And I've just gone, I'm fucking done. And you know, and now... that I'm retired, that's another thing because...
How are you retired? Yeah.
Oh, how you retired? What do you mean you've got a... Because I say I've got a media company, which is kind of sort of true.
It's kind of... It is actually...
And I go, I say I've got a media company.
Retired entrepreneur.
I say I've got a media...
it.
Well,
I'm an angel investor.
Let's get to this.
I'm an angel investor.
Let's get to this now, because now I'm really going to put my cards on the table.
Yeah.
Because I told one of these girls on this fucking Bumble, whatever it is, and
Bumble?
she said, that's a new one, but the women on that are really nice. But what I'm saying is, she wanted to know why I wasn't working for a big. I said no. I've got a media company with my brother, and then she says, "Oh, what do you do?" And I go, "Oh, well, we do certain media products. Some of it's including podcasting, but mainly it's web design and shit." I fucking bullshitted out of my ass because if I said no, I just go up there because I don't need money.
If you told anyone
Right.
the truth about this thing, mate, they'd be fucking walking out the door.
That's right, but I don't
Hey,
need
this
it.
table's solid.
I know.
You know?
Angel
We're good.
investor. Angel investor. Fucking buy me a table.
Right? Yes, an angel saved me. But you know what I mean?
Hey guys, subscribe to the Patreon.
So I'm fucking done, mate. I'm probably the most unpopular you could possibly be on those particular dating things because they're looking for a certain person in a certain area with a certain job. And if you don't match those boxes or tick those boxes, you're fucked. And you know what the icing on the cake is? And fucking Pedro's wife told me this because I never knew about this, but here's the other one. So now, when you get in your 40s and you've never been married and you've never had kids, you know what women do? What's wrong with him? How come he didn't get married and have kids? So even when you don't have baggage, you do
should
have
be
baggage.
saying what's wrong with you.
No,
You got fucking
no,
married, you got
they
kids, you're not
fucking
with him
do.
anymore.
No, they still play bullshit games. So they wonder, well, something must be wrong with him.
Fuck.
Something must be wrong with him.
Yeah,
now.
he's got a fucking brain that he
No,
uses.
no, but I fucking fight fire with fire. You know what? I fucking did it. Because one of these chicks goes, how come you never got married? And I said, how come you don't have kids? I said, well, I never got married.
I
right?
worked my the last 20 years.
No. I said, I never got married and I don't have kids. And you know what I did? I couldn't be bothered. I fucking wanted to have a little joke. And you know what I said to her? Because I shoot blanks, darling. I did. I said, I shoot fucking blanks. Right? I fucking know that because I fucking jerked off into a fucking plate. And the doc and the
Into a plate.
What's an hospital?
Or the hospital, whatever they do.
Hi, everybody.
That fucking, I don't know, whatever you jerk off into, and they counted the fucking, they went, oh, sorry, you're fucking done. I fucking told this chick that, and that was, of course, it, right? But that, I haven't even got to the fucking stories, right? Well, but they want to leave their options open, dude. That's what I'm saying. Even if they're in their 40s and they say they don't want to have kids, they still want their options open. They still want to know that you can do it if push came to shove. Man. Oh, it's bullshit complicated, and I'm fucking done with it. I don't care anymore. You can go get fucked, a lot of you. I'll fucking sit with my pile of cash like Scrooge McFucking Duck, which I am, and you can all go get fucked. And when I'm fucking dead, you know what I told one chick? No bullshit. I said to her, I had coffee with this chick, and I said, you know what, you want to get in good with me? She goes, why? I said, because I'm on the insurance. And if, no bullshit. Nath, no bullshit. I said, you want to get in good with me? She goes, why? I said, well, you know what you do? Give me what I want. I'll fucking fall in love. Pretend you like me, right? Overlook the fucking Bixby Vision, it's a cyst issue.
Yep.
Say you like me. Don't worry about any of the other stuff. Get in good. I'll change my policies and you'll be fucking millionaire, right? Right. And she said, oh, really? I go, yeah. And her eyes lit up for half a second. But I think she's genuine because I haven't heard back from her, right? And
she probably thinks you're a fucking psycho.
Yeah, I am. But I said, but I had to put it out there to see the reaction because I go, just if you want, get in good. I'll change the fucking policies, you know what I mean, and you'll be a fucking millionaire, baby, darling. You know what I mean? You'll be doing very well for yourself. But I can't win, right? And I don't want to play the game anymore. I'm fucking done. I don't want the bullshit, and I'm fucking over the whole. Oh, let's meet up for coffee. Oh, fucking for what? You know, like, do I have to do this bullshit? And then when he was telling me the adult friend finder story, I thought, you know what, that might be the fucking thing. But then other people say, why even bother doing that bullshit? Just go down the road. For 300 metres,
In
right?
my defence, I was blackout drunk.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Even though that's probably not a good defence.
Just go for 300 metres, right? And meet one of the nice establishments that are there, and they pretend they like you for an hour, and you fuck off, right? And I used to work with a bloke that goes, you'd be in front. Financially.
Oh, yeah, long-term.
No,
long-term you'd be
no, you didn't work with a guy that said that. Our dad said that.
Oh, Dad said that too. He goes, you'd be in front.
He goes, you'd be in front. He goes, financially, mate. You go
He goes,
fucking bang a hooker once every couple of
fuck
weeks.
a hooker and
you
you'd be right. He goes, if you want
Mind you, he said this right in front of Mum.
Yeah, Mum's sitting there. Mum's sitting there at the table. This is a dinner. And he goes, you know what? If you want to do it, just go to a fucking brothel. $150. You'll be in front for the rest of your life. Just get it out of you, right? And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Mum's sitting there going, that's a horrible thing to say to your son. But I'm fucking over it,
There's
man.
a degree of truth to
I'm
it.
fucking over it, man. I'm done with it. And then this guy, one of these plumbers that work with the Shower King, I call him the Bumble King, because he says it's so easy. He says, oh, mate, I'm fucking, I can't keep up with them. And I'm like, all right, so I'll fucking look at this bullshit. But it's the same fucking thing. As soon as they find out where you are, what you do, or what you don't do, and you're a certain height, weight, hair, no
Height's
hair.
a fucked one.
You're
I'm pretty
fucked.
lucky because I'm tall.
Yeah, but if you're short,
But a lot of
you're
my
fucked.
mates that are shorter,
Yeah, you're fucked.
constantly.
Yeah.
Like, it gets to a point, how tall are you?
You know what I'm...
If you were to say to her, how heavy are you? You'd be a fucking...
Let me tell you something.
Sorry.
No.
That's all right.
I use that word way too much.
No.
No, word. It's one of my favourite words.
Say what you want, because he's got a very good Super Mario thing that bleeps it out.
Yeah, it's fucking really easy. I can bump the word fucking thing out really quick.
He can do it really well because he's a... So, no, but what I'm seeing on these profiles is, right, this is the best bit. There's a profile that I've seen many, many times. The woman will say, I'm 5'9" or 5'10". I don't want anyone under 6 foot.
Yeah, good luck.
So, all right, all right, darling, I'm sure you'll find somebody out there. But that's the best bit.
That's such a closed-minded way to live your life.
But they're all like it. Maybe I'm tarring them with the one brush, but I'm telling you now, 99.9% of them I've seen. That's what they're fucking like. I'm telling you now. But you know what? We're the same too, right? Men are the same. We're just as fickle, right? But I don't believe men are as much fickle about particular characteristics like you have to be 5'10" plus, you got to have brown hair, or you've got to have hair at least, you've got to have a beard or no beard, or if I see facial hair I'll spew. I don't want this, I don't want that. I don't think men are like that. I think guys will look at a picture on Bumble or whatever it is and go, oh, she's cute, I'll check out her profile, you know what I mean, and make my decision from that. But women have got this characteristic, they've got this fucking list. That's my experience. I could be very much off the mark. I could be, and the two people that are listening might be a little bit upset with me, but that's my opinion.
One of them's listening. One of them's here right now, and I have to agree completely.
I'm telling you, that's
how it is.
That's how it is. They look at it.
If you were to go out into the world and say, well, I'm looking for this, and this, you've probably knocked out half of the population.
And you know what fucking
people, you're just sheltering yourself into a fucking.
Do you know what kills me?
Boring life.
You know what I fucking love? I fucking love it now. Because now I'm in my 40s. This is the fucking best bit. Because they all say, I can't find a good guy. There's no men anymore. Shut your mouth, you fucking Google. Fucking Google Bixby bitch. Fuck.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So, but you know what they say? Oh, I can't find a guy. I'm lonely, can't find a guy. Or even better, the ones that met the bad boys in their 20s or their fucking teens and got married to them and now fucking miserable, and they're now fucking divorced, and now they're looking for a guy, and they come back to the fucking good guy. But you know what? You're not having me, fucking. I wouldn't give a fuck. She could be the hottest thing in the fucking world, but if she dumped me in fucking school or whatever it was, or uni, I'd say go fuck yourself, because if I wasn't good enough for you in fucking 1994, I'm not good enough for you now in 2019, go fuck yourself. And I'll fucking stand by that bullshit.
Yeah, even if it was rejecting you for a barn dance.
Well, that fucking Sophie bitch in 1984, if she came pleading to me now and she said, I want a piece of you, Retro Dan, and I want you Retrodom, and I want you to fucking jerk off with a fucking power glove, and I want to watch it and then lick the fingertips after it's done, and I won't take your money when you fucking snuff it, I don't give a shit. I'd still say to her, you fucking dumped me in 1984 and you're going to dump me again, and I don't give a fuck, because I don't fucking forget. I never fucking forget. Ever! They fucking took this brain and they put it in a jar, and it's made me not forget. Except for shit that happened today. But it makes me upset and very, very sad. You know what I mean? And it's only getting harder. I don't know what it's going to be like for the nephew. You know what I mean? When he goes there, he might be lucky. He might find one, and he might be lucky. You know what I mean? But I haven't even got to the bullshit dating stories yet. That's just how it is. That's before you even go out, man. I'm telling you, it's a fucking nightmare. And what kills me, you see these happily married guys, or they're supposedly happy married guys, and they go, "Oh, you're lucky, man." Or they go, "Oh, I wish, fucking, I want to break up with her because I want a new piece of ass." And I'm like, "All right,
there's some truth to people. My whole life, don't get married, don't have kids, right? People joking, and it's sort of like,
yeah, but you don't know what it's like,
joking? Though. Maybe I shouldn't get married.
Yeah,
maybe I shouldn't have kids.
But what kills me when they are married, right? They are married, and they're yeah. And look, I'm tarring everyone with the one brush, and it's not that way, right? But I meet people that are married and they're like, oh, mate, look how fucking hot she is. I wish I was single. It's so easy out there. You should be fucking rooting left, right and centre. I'm like, you've got no idea, man. You have absolutely no idea what the bullshit is out there like that. Now, let's say you are Tom Cruise and you are able to pick up everything that
Tom Cruise wouldn't pass on fucking Tinder because he's too
short. Well, that's it. That's it. That's the fucking point. So what are you telling me? You're telling me...
He's about 6 foot when he's on that couch jumping around.
Okay, are you telling me that Tom Cruise, right, they're going to knock him back because he's fucking 5'4" or whatever it is?
They are. You know why? They're SPs.
Oh, exactly. He's a suppressive personality. That's what it is. They're all suppressive personalities. But look, I'm tarring them all with a one brush. I am. And it's not fair because I know that's not all the case with all these women out there. I know it's not. But what I'm saying, that's my personal experience. And I'm sure it's an experience for a lot of other people. It's bullshit, man. If you don't tick some of these women, if you don't tick all the boxes, you are fucked. And you could have been their bestest one or, but it's the same for guys too. Because like if you look at a girl and you're like, I don't know, man, she's got this and got that and fuck that, No, I'll click her to the right, the left, sorry. And you think, no, you just passed up a chick that you might actually really like, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm particularly bad at it. I'm not very good at it at all, I don't know what I'm doing.
Clearly.
Right? No, I don't know what I'm doing, right? And that's why I make fun of it, but I actually would be for the arranged marriage because I'd say, fuck it, I got it over and done with. Fuck it. I don't care I'm miserable and I walk out the front and there's fucking chickens running everywhere. I'm fucking married now. I got that pressure over. Fuck it.
You could get good dowry. I reckon you get a couple of goats.
Well, I've got the power glove. That's worth at least a fucking goat or two.
100%.
Absolutely.
But the problem is as well, when you're old and together, you're not going to look like that anymore. And if you've got nothing to fucking talk about, there's nothing going on.
This is what kills me. Have you?
We've made a terrible decision.
Let me tell you a little thing that's happening too. Because obviously I pick people that are in my age group. Some of these women, I'm telling you, they've lived very hard lives. They look 20 years older than me.
No, there's a thing called the bogan gene. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there is. No, there is.
They're fine till about 30, and
they're fucking
fuck me dead.
It
just catches up.
You know what they are? They're the Hyundai Excels of the 1990s, and they do 100,000 kilometres, and the fucking oil leaks everywhere. They're fucked.
The back end drops.
That's a very vivid image, mate.
That fucking shit oil
that
everywhere.
knocking has been going on for 10,000
That's it,
Ks.
mate.
We've got to get
that knocking thing.
Those seats are now cracked and worn, and they're fucking
There's a few
saggy.
thumbtacks in the roof holding the roof from sagging.
Mate, I'm telling you. I've seen some of them on there. They claim they're in their 40s, but they look older than my mother, who's nearly 70. And that's no bullshit. I'm fucking telling you the truth, right? And I know they're younger than my mum.
I don't know what it...
But,
I'm not, again, that's going to sound bad saying the bogan gene. But you see them, honestly, till 30, they look fine. And I used to work with people, and they just sort of hit 35.
The wheels fall off.
And they'd age like 20 years. And
the wheels fall off.
Holy fuck, you see a photo of them not long ago.
You don't know why. I mean, look, I'm a big
I'm
believer.
an oil painting, so I can say these things,
I got a guy that's going to come on here at some point. He's a fitness specialist. He calls himself a movement specialist.
Won't he be disappointed in us?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
No, he's worse than us, mate. Oh, you're going to have to use the Super Mario sound every minute.
No, I'm not worried about the C word. I'm worried about he's going to look at me and go, holy fuck.
No, look, he will, but he won't preach like other people will preach. But what I'm saying is that he's a believer that it's all about diet. So if you've eaten a lot of bad shit in your life, mate, you're going to look 20 years older than you actually really are, right? And that's without the genetics that come into play, because I think you're right too. Genetics catch up to you, mate. You could look after yourself. You could not eat sugar. You could exercise every day, but genetically, you might look 20 years older than me. You know what I mean? I think that's unfortunate, the card that you dealt. But a lot of these chicks, they kill me. They act like they're the fucking awesomest thing in the world. They might well be, but I'll look at them, I go, what, you're 44? Fucking hell, darling, you look older than my mum who's 70. You know, like, what the fuck? And it just kills me how that they play these games, and I'm like, well, what do you bring to the table? This is what it's all about. It's all about, I'm on this website or whatever it is, and I'm promoting myself. I'm like a car, right? I'm trying to sell myself, right? But I'm looking at them and going, well, what do you bring to the table? Why the fuck should I even be bothered with you? Because you just sound like a bunch of fucking bullshit that I have to deal with every fucking day. You sound like a fucking nightmare. You know what I mean?
To quote our father yet again... close. To quote our father, I remember him saying, for every hot chick that's out there's some poor guy that's waiting to get rid of that.
I'll fucking tell you a story about the old man. This is a true story. It's a little mini ram. So it's a little mini ram.
Mind you, Nath hasn't had a chance to talk yet.
I've talked.
He's going to talk a bit more.
Yeah.
This is a little mini ram. Many years ago, we were on the beach, me and the old man, and there was a chick out there. She was completely naked having a sunbake, right? Which wasn't very good for the skin cancer situations, but that's a fucking...
Was it a nude or non-nude beach?
Non-nude beach. Non-nude, but she decided to go fully nude, and she's completely stark naked. And I was about 10 at the time. And Dad's turned him and he goes...
Check out those
pointers. No, fucking shut up. You weren't there. You know what he said to me? He turned him and he goes, do you like that? And I go, yeah, I do. And he goes, well, just remember this. someone's fucking that and you're not. That was the old man at 10. And that was a saying I used to have. So whenever you saw a hot chick, you'd go, someone's fucking that. Right? And you'd be like, oh. But then...
Or he'd later in life say someone's sick of fucking
Well, that was what the weapon used to say to me. The weapon used to say to me all the time. So the weapon, he had a studio, and all the girls love the weapon, right? And he's got an awesome girlfriend. Anyway, he would say, I'd say, someone's fucking that. And he goes, yeah, but someone's sick of fucking that. That's a true fucking story, you know?
My dad gave me some good love advice.
What's that?
One thing, that's one only thing he's ever said to me: marry a rich one. That's it. No,
Yeah, but-
son, follow your heart. Son, this, son, that. Marry a rich one.
Yeah, but they don't exist, mate. This is what kills me. They want people that are rich, drive fast cars. Well, where are they? So what? Why should I be the one that's fucking... You want your equality. Now I am going to fucking rant. You want your equality... Right? And you got it. I don't want to fucking hear that you don't have equality because you fucking do. But where's the equality when I'm fucking dating, when I'm supposed to bring all the bullshit to the table and you sit there and you fucking look innocent like, oh, fuck, I don't have anything, but you need to bring everything to the table. Fuck it. It fucking does my head in. And I am pissed and bitter about it. Fuck it. Because my whole life I've had to pretend open the fucking car door for the women and fucking pay for dinner and pay for that. And it fucking does my head in. And I tell you, I've got a little test about that too, because I used to go out and have the coffees with the women and all that sort of stuff. And I tell you what, the ideal was for me. This is a little test I had. I would always pay, but if they wanted to pay and made the offer and go, no, I'll pay, you get it next time, I knew they were a decent person. But if they stood back and didn't go anywhere near the cash register, I knew fuck off. Because they weren't honest and they weren't a good person. I knew they were fucking out for the good times and the money and all that sort of stuff. And so I was always really into the girls that were like, no, let me get it. Oh, you get it next time. We'll have coffee next time and you get it.
I don't think ever.
I've had that a few times.
Partner now, obviously, it's different.
Yeah.
But in the dating world, I don't think ever. Not once.
I have, and I always
went on a date with
and I
someone
always
and
said, and I'd always say,
offered half maybe, but not ever.
But you know what? That was a good having a foot in the door for another date, because you'd say, no, I'll get this one, but if you want, we'll go out again next week and we'll have dinner or whatever it is, and let me pay, and we'll go halves or something, right? But if she at least made the effort, I went, you know what? She's actually a decent person. Right? But if and I had one chick, I'm not bullshitting, she fucking went outside and had a smoke. She told me she didn't smoke, but she suddenly did. And she went outside and had a smoke while I was
had that
playing.
much of an impact on her.
Oh, fuck yeah. I fucking terrorised them, I tell you. I'll tell you the stories. I've got a couple of crackers. Here's one that I had. And then you tell me yours, right? You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Okay. This one was a cracker, Nath, I'll tell you. Went out with this chick. And I thought something was a little off, but I couldn't put my finger on it, right? And I'm sitting there having a chat to her, and I thought everything was going all right. And then she says something about she hasn't been out dating for a while because she's a bit frightened because her last boyfriend kind of terrorised her or something like this. And she put out an AVO on him, and I went, oh, fuck, alarm bell's ringing already, but all right, let's continue. And she said, yeah, but I was really concerned about there being a car bomb in my car because he was hanging around my car, and I called the cops and they went looking for a car bomb.
What?
No, I'm not making this up. And they found a car bomb, a Molotov cocktail that he'd put under my car.
Yeah, but Molotov cocktails don't just go off by themselves.
And I'm like, oh.
For those people that haven't grown up in Western Sydney, Molotov cocktails require someone to actually light them.
I'm not making this up. Right? And so immediately I went, you're done.
Yeah.
But I'm a fucking idiot. And I'm old-fashioned.
Danger can be sexy.
But that's half my problem, right, is I'm old-fashioned. And it doesn't go well in the modern world. I'm telling you it doesn't. And so anyway, I always offered to walk the lady back to her car, or I'd always ask at least.
In this case, you're like, no, you can walk yourself
no,
back to the car.
No.
The fucking thing might blow up.
Yeah, that's how the fucking conversation started. This is no bullshit. This is how the conversation started, because I said, look, it actually got a bit off the rails before that, and I've missed a little bit of the story because we're chatting, and she says, oh, so what do you do for work again, Andrew? And I'm like,
Who's fucking Andrew?
She just called me Andrew. But I let it slide for a bit. And I'm chatting away to her about what I did for work. And she goes, oh, how long you been doing that for, Andrew? And I couldn't help myself. I go, who the fuck's Andrew? She goes, that's you.
You're braver than I. I worked with a guy at the place we met.
Yep.
He thought my name was Michael. Oh. And after the second time, I didn't have the heart to tell him.
No, I don't give a fuck.
So it went on for 6 months. And then Rocket Russell, Russell, former colleague of mine, walking past one day, goes, hi, Michael, and he walked in the office. This is when we're at North Ryde. Then Rocket Russell goes, what the fuck do you call you? I said, oh, he thinks my name's Michael. How long's he been calling you that? I go, oh, 6 months, I don't know. It got a bit awkward. He's like, nah, fuck that shit. He goes, we'll sort this out. Anyway, the guy comes back out. Russell, yeah. He's like, all right, I'll see you later. He's like, bye, Russell, bye, Michael. Russell goes, who the fuck's Michael? He goes, oh, his name's fucking Nathan, mate. And I'm just here like, oh, well, Michael's all right, I guess.
This chick was calling me Andrew the whole night. No, please, if it pops in your head, don't be like me because I forget it. I forget everything. That's right, shit down. That's what. But she was calling me Andrew at this point. I'm like, I couldn't work it out. And I said to her, who's Andrew? And she goes, are you trying to be funny? I said, no, I'm not trying to be funny. Who the fuck's Andrew? She goes, well, that's you. I go, I'm not Andrew. I'm Retro Dan. I didn't say that, but I want to. I'm going to from now on. Fuck it. And she says to me, oh, thank God for that, she says. I go, what do you mean? She goes, oh, yeah, I've been going out with this guy or chatting to this guy called Andrew, and he's starting to bug me, and I didn't really want to go out with him. So I'm glad you're not Andrew. I'm glad you're Daniel. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then the car bomb, I'm not making this up, the car bomb.
Did you just say cum bomb?
I didn't say cum bomb. I said car bomb, you fucking...
What would be worse, getting doused in flames or another man's semen?
I don't know.
Doused in semen. I'd rather be doused in flames.
But if you got to split a bill...
I'd still rather burn.
This is why I think I could be gay, right? Hear me out here.
You're not fucking gay.
No, well, I would suck the occasional dick to pay half on a fucking bill. Would you not agree? I'm not gay, but just...
Never.
You can see the benefit of it.
Never.
What's your price?
Never.
Nice seafood dinner.
Never.
You only have to pay half.
No.
Only half?
Or have I become the maid lady?
I would rather put up with the maid lady's fucking... I'm going to put it out there. The maid lady would be an absolute...
Oh, yeah.
She would be the biggest I've ever fucking met.
She might be lovely in real life.
She's apparently...
She's just figured out a really good business model.
No, apparently she's...
Great.
Apparently, did her husband say she's a...
No. Apparently...
There's a lot of...
No, apparently... No, she's quite vicious because what happened was with her... Park what you just said.
Because that's what we need to come back to, the sucking of cocks.
We need
to pay for, and I quote, half a seafood dinner.
Yeah. Park that.
Just be nice.
Now, just remember, I didn't say anything about sucking cock, idiot. Right? What I'm saying is the maid lady, she got quite vicious because what happened was one of these YouTubers got really upset with her making millions of dollars. She's apparently a multi-millionaire, and she was rumored to be earning roughly $3 to $4 million US dollars a year for doing that bullshit that I showed you, right? And I've told this story before.
It's a good business model.
Well, anyway, a YouTuber basically said, contacted the IRS, which is the ATO, right, the tax office, and said, well, these people that are doing these, I guess, e-commerce, they're on Twitch, they're earning bucket loads of money. Are they declaring that to the IRS? And of course they weren't. And so now the IRS are investigating this and they want a piece of the pie, don't they?
Of course they do.
And so anyway, the maid lady, no bullshit, she did show her true colours because she did a video and she's quite the vicious beast. Because she got on there and she wanted all these YouTubers that rallied together and said, you need to declare on YouTube to the IRS what you're earning and you need to do it now. And she wanted every one of these YouTubers that rallied against her taken off, their channels deleted, right? And of course, Google/YouTube said, well, they've done nothing wrong. They've made content and they've not breached the terms of the policies, so they're well entitled to make that video. And she went fucking schizo. There's a video of her up on YouTube losing the plot, right? And she also did it on Twitch. So she's quite the piece of work, right? And that's what annoys me too, because they claim that they want it, they're victimised and harassed and they're sexualised and all this bullshit. But guess what, darling? Last time I checked, 99% of men that are on fucking Twitch don't do that bullshit. They're playing video games or they're doing something that earns them money. Yeah, there's a couple of fuckwits on there for sure that are blokes, but all these women get on there with their boobs hanging out and all that sort of shit. They do fucking nothing, absolutely fucking nothing, and then they say, oh, but we don't have any equality. We're being victimised. We're being leered at. We're being, harassed. Well, fuck, darling, you can't have it all your way, you know what I mean? And they want their cake and eat it too. And I go back to the dating point of view, and I haven't forgotten about sucking cock for a half a seafood fucking dinner. But what I'm saying, it really does my fucking...
It was a whole lobster.
Well, it does my brain in for the whole lobster. The fact that they want their cake and eat it too in the dating world as well. They want the guy that's driving the Porsche, that lives in the city, that's a lawyer, that's a doctor, that's all these sorts of things, right? And they sort of say, oh, well, unless you've got that criterion, I'm not interested. But you know what? But you know what? What about you? You aren't attractive. You're average at best. You don't have a fucking great job. You don't have a lot of money. You don't own property. You drive a shitbox fucking Corolla. I could fucking go on about your flaws, and that's before I talk about you as a person. You're not looking at me as a person. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you something that's a crack. I haven't forgotten the seafood and half a sucking cock, but I'll get back to it. You know how I told you I live near these doctors?
He hasn't forgotten that one.
No. I won't forget it.
Oh, we'll come.
I'm interested into why you would suck a cock.
I told you, it's half a fucking bill.
I wouldn't do it.
Because this is what I'm saying. I've never ever gone out on a first date or something.
So no girls offered to pay for you?
Never.
Ever?
When I've dated, it's different, but I've never gone on a first date and even had them offer.
At all? They've never said, hey, I'll buy the coffee and you get the...
Don't think so, no.
I have. I've had that at least.
That's what I'm saying. But I can see the benefit of being gay because you get to fucking split.
You know what I've said? I said this to Mum and she was horrified. I said I would be gay right up until the point the bedroom doors closed, and then it'd be because I couldn't do it. No offense to anyone that's of that orientation. Do what you want. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But I could do the shopping with my boyfriend. I could go out and have dinner with my boyfriend. I could even call my boyfriend Lev. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man. There's nothing in the world. Because look, in my head, I see a woman, a naked woman, and I go, I cannot understand, but this is me. And it's not wrong or different from whatever someone else thinks, but this is me. I look at a woman that's highly attractive, I go, I cannot understand why you want to go with a guy. I cannot understand it. I'd do anything to be with that chick. I'd do anything. Even if she's I'd do anything. You know what I mean? That's another one you're going to put in. I'd do anything.
There's
you know
a
what I mean?
long editing process,
but
mate.
This is it's
a long podcast.
Yeah, but we've got a couple in the can. It's all right. You've got plenty of time.
No, this one's going up next week, probably.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think it's been a pretty good one.
It's been funny. It's a lot of in there.
I know. That's another one. You're fucking yourself up. That's another one. But what I'm saying is, that's me, right? But I know a lot of people that are of that orientation, and they're cool. I've got that. See, this is what I don't care about it. It doesn't do any. I don't give a shit what you do in your private time. I really don't. It doesn't change the way I interact with people.
Shall we actually get on to the topic of the show, which is 2 hours in?
Oh, bullshit, is it? How long have we been calling this bullshit?
An hour 56.
Oh, we've got to get on with it. So I went out with this chick. No, it's bad. That's too long.
That's too long.
That's too long. Fuck.
What are we going to do here?
No, I'm going to go through the
date. I'm still going to give you
Yeah, we'll do another episode.
We'll do another one. You got time for another one?
Of course.
This little bit I'll cut out, and then
All right. So the point is the dating story. So I walked this chick back to the. No, we'll go back to. I'll do it very quickly. Yeah. Because it's a cracker, and we'll get it done. I'll get it done, and I'll ask him a few questions because I haven't forgotten about the seafood and the sucking of the cock. I would never do it. I walked this chick back to the car. And she says, "Oh, yeah, I said, "Oh, that's how we got onto it." She says, "What do you drive?" And I told her I drive a Commodore. Back then, I drove a Commodore. I don't know. And she turned her nose up. And then I said, "Well, what do you drive?" And she goes, "Oh, I've got a Corolla for now. It's a hire car because my last car got bombed. I'm not making that bullshit up." And I said, "What do you mean it got bombed?" She goes, "Oh, this boyfriend I was going out with, he threw a fucking Molotov cocktail at it and it went up in flames. And I said, where do you live? And I won't mention where she lived. And I went, oh, you're fucking done, in my head. And no bullshit. You know where I used to work in that office? About 8:30 the next day, I get this phone call. Because I sent her a message probably around that morning, and I said, look, thank you for coffee. I think you're really great, but I'm not going to waste your time. I don't think we're cool for each other, so good luck on your journey, your search.
Did you sign it off, Love Andrew?
I fucking should have, but I didn't say Love Andrew. But she rings me up, and I'm not joking, and I'm really sorry, Jason, Relaxation. You're going to have to do some Super Marios. But this did come from the mouth of a woman, and she said, you fucking... She says to me, no bullshit. She goes, you're like every other guy. You fucking wanna mislead me and mistreat me and waste my time. You're a fucking... I hope you fucking die. And then she says, I hope you get cancer. What a... She fucking said that. She fucking said that. I'm not making that up, man. I'm not making that up. And I wouldn't...
You still got a phone number?
I'm telling you, the double standards are unbelievable, because if I had said that to a woman...
You had a current affair or something.
I'd be on a current affair. I would have made the fucking news. I'd be locked up in Long Bay jail.
You'd have an AVO against you.
Yeah, I would. But it's all right for her.
Have you still got a phone number? We can call her right now.
No, that's on the
All
old
jokes
phone.
aside, did she think you were... Oh, she couldn't have. She would have read the message. So you've done the honest, decent thing there.
Because I wasn't
said,
gonna...
look, I'm sorry, we're not right.
No, because I let it...
Whereas someone like me is a bit gutless, would just not message
What
back.
happened was I met her...
You did the right thing there. That's fucking nuts.
What happened was, what I didn't say was I met her after work, and it was probably about 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock at night by the time we started having dinner. And by the time I walked her back to her bombed car, it was probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So I didn't text her when I got home. I thought it was too late. So I thought that I'll wait till the morning, and I'll just send her a message saying, I'm not going to waste your time. I think you're a nice person, which was not true. And we'll leave it at that. And she fucking rang me up and blasted the fuck out of me on the phone for maybe 10 minutes. And I went, click, and she kept ringing me back.
Block caller.
Yeah, I did. I had to, because she was ringing me back. So I did have the abusive calls. That's one date. Here's another date.
And that was one quick coffee.
Yeah.
It's not like you had a shag or anything.
No, I didn't fuck her.
Jeez, aren't you glad
I didn't even hold her hand. I did nothing with her. All I did was have a coffee with her. Jesus. All of these stories I'm about to tell you,
she's unstable.
All I did was have coffees with them. This is fucking no bullshit. Here's the best one. I went with this chick twice. The first date, I thought she was all right. I'm going to say her name because I can't make it up. And to believe that I'm not making it up, her name's Ainsley.
Ainsley.
Right? I'm not making it up.
Okay.
So the first time I met her, I thought she was a Kiwi. I thought she was quite nice. And we had coffee, and I thought, cool. It went really, really well. And I walked away from it, and I went, cool. And that night, I think I texted her, and I said, oh, do you want to meet up again? She goes, yeah, I'd love to. All right, cool. And nothing was there in plans, no concrete or anything like this. The weekend comes, it's Saturday afternoon at about 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I get this phone call, and it's her. And she says, oh, what are you doing tonight? And in the back of my mind, I had a bit of like, well, I don't want to put her off by saying I'm busy, but at the same time, I don't want to say I'm a loser and wanting to play. I'm going to play Xbox tonight and not do anything. And I'm on a self-improvement journey. So basically, I said, not much, but what do you have in mind? She goes, I want to go out. I want to grab some. I want to have a few drinks. And I was never a drinker. Now I don't drink at all. That's another black mark too, by the way. If you don't drink, you're fucked.
Really?
Yeah. If you don't smoke, that's good. But if you don't drink, they say what you just said. Oh, really? Why? Don't you have a beer? Don't you have anything at all? And
No,
I
but
go,
I'm saying the fact
no. I don't tell them that. But what I'm saying, I don't say I don't drink at all, and they go, why not? Oh fuck! I'll walk away from this episode and go, I didn't even talk about that. I have not even scratched the surface of the bullshit. Right? Pedro's wife has got the book, and I wish she was here because she'd fucking be great, giving me all the lowdown. But I'm just scratching the surface. So anyway, she rings me up, this chick, and she says, oh, I really want to go out tonight. And I'm like, fuck. I didn't want to, but I thought I'm going to try and improve my life. And I went, all right, what did you have in mind? She goes, I don't know, we'll just catch up and go out for some drinks. I go, look, I don't know if you're interested, I said, but I've got these Class A movie tickets. Gold class movie tickets, and this was true. They actually expire in a couple of weeks, and I don't think I'm going to get to the movies before then. do you want to go to the movies with me and we'll do the gold class? Because I don't want to waste them. They were like $80 a pop or whatever they are. And she says, I've never done gold class before. Let's go. And I went, okay, cool. And so we go to the gold class movie, and we did all that shit, and she fucking annoyed me straight away because she was one of those, oh, what's he doing? Oh, what are they? I'm like, fucking work it out yourself, darling. And I'll tell you something.
She's like a child, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
The movies
That's the
are
worst.
a great...
We're watching the same fucking movie, love. I can't tell you.
The movies are a great way of determining whether or not you're going to make it with this chick. Because if they fucking annoy you in a movie for 2.5 hours, relationship's over. I'm telling you now, she couldn't work out fucking anything. And this plot was so fucking easy to work out. It was written by a fucking child. And the movie was The Descendants by fucking... with, what's his name, George Clooney, right? And I'm not making this up when I fucking tell you this bullshit story. Halfway through the movie, she starts bawling her eyes out and she runs out. And I haven't fucking done anything. I didn't even put my hand on a pussy. I didn't do nothing, right? And she ran out. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck have I done here? I'm sitting there like a loser. And everyone looked at me like, you're a what did you do to her? Right? I didn't do fucking shit. And she bawled her eyes out and she ran out. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then she comes back and she's still sobbing. She's sobbing through the whole movie. And then she turns to me and she says, oh, thanks for that. I really needed that. And I never heard from her again. I never saw her again, ever. And I was texting going, oh, do you want to catch up? Or what happened in the movie? Didn't you like the movie? Did I do something? Did I say something? And I got one message out of her, actually, one. And it wasn't you. I just found the movie very upsetting and very traumatizing.
I haven't seen it. Is it a sad one?
No, what it's about, George Clooney's wife's having an affair, and she's on a water skiing park with her boyfriend, and she has an accident. She gets hit in the head and she goes into a coma. And they basically can't resuscitate her, so they have to make the decision to switch her off. And the movie's about George Clooney and his immediate family and reliving the fact that the marriage was basically not a good marriage at all and that she wasn't an angel. Because everyone comes out and says, oh, how could this happen? She's such a wonderful person. And George Clooney's like, well, go fuck yourself. She was banging this guy in the fucking water park for a couple of years and I knew about it, right? But I kept it all together for the kids. And that's what the movie's about. So something's triggered in this bitch's mind because she fucking ran out and she's built...
Probably her previous relationship.
Something. I don't know what it was, but I didn't...
Water skiing incident.
But what I'm saying, she could have at least texted me and said, it wasn't you, this is what happened, right? And she did say, oh, it wasn't you. But I was wanting, well, you could at least have a coffee with me and tell me what the fuck happened, you know what I mean? She didn't do it. That's one. That's a fuck another one. What's this one?
Have you got the pasta one?
Oh, that's another one. I got two eating ones. One, I went out with this chick, and I can't stand this. We went to a restaurant, and I said, what do you want? She goes, oh, I want to eat pasta. All right, go for it, darling. So she gets a bowl of pasta. She eats one fucking noodle of pasta. One. And she looked at the rest of it and pushed it to one side and goes, I'm full. And she made me feel like a fucking fat whale because I ate my meal. And I said, well, aren't you going to eat that? She goes, oh, no, not really into pasta. Okay, you just fucking ordered it. She goes, oh, no, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Done. If you can't make your mind up by fucking eating some food at a restaurant and you eat it like a fucking bird, you're done. And I love Mum, but she does my fucking head in with that bullshit too. Because Dad will take her to a restaurant. You know what he says? She can have anything in the world and she orders a salad. They went for their fucking wedding anniversary recently, right? He took her out to a restaurant, and Dad goes, she can have anything in the world. What does she get? I go, a salad? Fucking oh, she did. That's all she ever eats. Fuck me. And she wonders why I don't take her anywhere. Well, that's what happened to me. So that's one. That fucking didn't.
You gotta look at the positives. You got a second meal.
Here's the best one. I call her the council chick. Because this is a fucking cracking story. The council decided to fuck the bins around at my place. And I got so annoyed by it that I demanded that they come out and have a look at the property. And I got 3 council members out. Well, one of them started flirting with me and I flirted with her back. and she just happened to be a friend of a person that worked with me. So one day I get a fucking knock on the door in the office, and she says, "Oh, he had such and such come and visit your property, and she quite likes you. Do you want to go out and have coffee with her?" And I thought, "Oh, I got nothing better to do. Fuck it." So I did. So anyway, I went and had a coffee with her, and you know what she did? Every time she took a drink of water, she'd do this. I'll try and simulate it on the microphone. I know where this is going. She did this. She'd rinse her mouth out like fucking toothpaste every time she drank water. I couldn't do it.
I thought it was going to be...
No, but she did that other one where she used to suck it like bubbles in the mouth.
Good manners cost fucking nothing.
Oh, come on, mate. And then the whole time she's telling me that she hates everyone she works with. Oh, I had no bullshit. She goes, "Yeah, I've worked with a council for 10 years, and I had a problem in that department, and I put an AVO out on that person, so they transferred me to this other department, but then I had a fight with that person and put an AVO out on that person, and now I work in this other department." She hated everybody, and she had about 10 AVOs out on people. Done. I was fucking done out of there. And then I get a knock on the door, and it's the person that knows her, and she says, "Oh, why don't you want to go out with her?" She wants to know. I go, "Because she's fucking mental." You don't know the real chick that I fucking know. I bring out the worst in people. She was fucking horrible. That was fucking one. Oh, this is the best one. This is the fucking most horrific one.
He says it with every single...
Oh, fuck.
Oh, this is beautiful.
I go out.
I
get a phone call one day from this guy I used to go to school with. Pedro would piss himself when he hears this. And he says, "Look, are you seeing anyone?" I'm like, "No, I'm not fucking. I'm fucking done." And he goes, "Well, there's this girl that I kind of think you might get along with. Do you want to go out with me and the pseudo girlfriend that he had," which is another story for another time. It's a girl he was trying to impress. And so what I believe had happened was she had a friend that she wanted to hook up with someone, and he wanted to get in good with his other chick. And so what he thought he would do is basically get all of us together and look fucking cool. But it didn't work, because this is what happened. We decided to meet up in town there, and we're having some dinner. And I didn't get along with this chick at all because she couldn't speak English. That's a fucking problem, right? And she says, I said, "What do you do for work?" She goes, "Optometrist." That's all I got out of her the whole night. And I went, "Okay, cool." And anyway, I'm chatting. And here's the most horrific thing. A guy I worked with came up and saw me. I was fucking eating at the same restaurant he was. He goes, "Oh, hi, how you doing, Retro Dan?" I go, "Oh, I'm fucking dying." And I didn't have the heart to tell him at the time, but on Monday morning I fucking told him. And so anyway, I bailed out of there, but here's the best bit. The fucking friend from school, he says, "We've decided it would be the best thing is that me and," her name was Catherine, the girl he was trying to impress, "we're going to go now, and we're going to leave you with this other chick," I can't even remember her name, "and you can drive her home." I said,
"That's a fucking stitch up."
And I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, that way you guys can talk as you're driving her home." And I said,
"Glorified Uber driver. Please tell me she paid for half a fucking dinner."
And you know where she fucking lived? 50 kilometres away. It was a fucking hour and a half trip to her place. And the whole time I'm just sitting there. And then is the best bit. This is before GPSs. I said, "Well, how do I get to your place?" "I don't know." I go, "What do you mean? How do I get there?" She goes, "I don't know. Follow the highway and then maybe turn right at this place." And we got lost because she didn't know how to get home. I'm like, "Oh, fucking,
I can't handle people that get lost.
You're fucking killing me now." So I got lost with this random chick. I didn't know who the fuck she was because my mate wanted to impress this other bird. And then I get, this is the best bit. I finally get her home. And I say, "See you later." It's now 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm done. I say, "See you later." I drive off. I get a text message from the school friend going, "Oh, she's really upset that she thinks she does. You don't like her." Oh, where did you get that impression? I only drove a fucking an hour and a half to her house. She didn't even know where she fucking lived. Because I told her, "Where do you live?" "I don't know the address, but if you drive, I find it." Well, that didn't fucking work.
Please tell me at least it was in the general vicinity of where you live.
No. It was the other end of town, dude. It was the other end of town. It was about from my place.
You see now why I'd suck a dick for half a lobster?
I probably at that point I probably would have weakened, man.
Yep.
I probably would have weakened. I probably got one more. Have I got one more? And then you can fucking give your little. I think that might be it for me. I'm fucking done. I've probably got more. I got way more. I know I do, but I don't give a shit.
Leave it for the next episode. There you go.
Done.
What have you got, man?
Me?
Come here. You can't leave it like this.
Fuck.
Vent.
Well, we've covered the lesbian.
You did the lesbian.
Covered Brock Bottom. Oh, there was a Brazilian chick. All right, this one's going to get a bit graphic.
It's all right.
So, went on a few dates with her. She was all right. You know, we had got a bit of banter going on. Anyway, she's come around one night and decided, you know, she's going to give me special kisses to my penile area. Now, unfortunately, at the time, it was her time of the month.
Ah.
So I've come to a stop at the station, and she goes, "Now it's your turn."
Oh no!
And I went, "What?" She goes, "Your turn now," and I went, "No." Didn't last long after that. She fucking went off.
Oh, really?
Oh, she would.
Started screaming and carrying on. You fucking selfish pig.
Yeah.
And
I love how
I
they
don't know if it's a Brazilian customary or something.
No, you know, look, I get back to it, and
iron's good for you, but that's
but
not
you know,
my
I'm
bag,
going to get
baby.
called.
Iron's good for you.
But this is what
You
I
got to get some positives.
This is what I'm saying. I'm going to get called all sorts of stuff, but I don't care.
No, you're not, because only 2 people listen.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's right.
gets
Only 2 people listen, but it's
Danielle, if you're still listening, I love you, baby.
Yeah, she's great. She's awesome. It's great.
She's gone.
It's great for them to point the finger at us, but they don't realise they're just as bad as we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to abusive behaviour and aggressive behaviour and their poor behaviour while dating is unfucking believable. They say men are pigs. I'm telling you now, women are just as good these days. I'm not saying all of
You
them.
can get away with it a bit more too.
They get away with a lot more. The double standards are ridiculous.
And the other, went on a couple of dates I didn't hear back from. Another
Is
one.
his audio right? Cause
He's beautiful, mate.
Sorry.
Yeah. He's spot on.
Round the corner from this when I was leaving back at mum and dad's. She was in Putney, not far away, and she had Swans gear on. A bit of a Swans fan. So
that's
I'm like,
great.
oh, yeah, it's a bit of could be a bit of banter there. Went and picked her up. It was raining, so I parked the car, got out, got the umbrella, and met her and put her in the car. Took her out to dinner. Had dinner. We went for pizza. I bought a bottle of wine. It was lovely. Eating dinner. She's fucking no conversation skill whatsoever. There's no fucking conversation. It was just, oh, yeah, well, you're really funny. And I'm like, well, if I'm funny, you know, why aren't you laughing? It's very easy to say you're funny.
Why don't you fucking laugh? Yeah.
If something's funny, you laugh. You don't go, oh, that's funny. So it was going fucking south in a hurry. And I'm like, oh, yeah, all right. So I dropped her home again, parked up, got the umbrella because it was piss and rain. Didn't offer to pay, all right? Not 1 cent. Walked her inside, and I'm like, oh, I'll send a message. Maybe she was nervous. I'm like, nice to meet you. Let us know if you'd like to, you know, catch up again. Still waiting for a message back. Number's still the same. You see now, they're just...
I get demoralised, dude.
A lot of stories are of the same nature.
Yeah, they're all the same. I get demoralised with it. I can no longer give a fuck. And actually now my pecking order in society is the worst. It's the lowest it's ever been. And the priority for me is the worst and lowest it's ever been. And if I really, 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 really wanted to, I'd just say fuck it. And I'd walk 100 metres down the road and get the same result with half the bullshit. But it'd cost me $150, and that's the
which is about the same as going out.
Which is the same as going out, and I get what I want, and I don't have to put up with bullshit. And you know what? I can pick them all out.
You probably pick less diseases as well.
You know what? That's the truth.
I've got a mate who needs to come on the show. Who I don't know how to. I don't want to mention his name, but he's got lots of stories.
Well, I'll tell you one little story. This is no bullshit.
And none of them involve hookers, and he goes, mate, you have no idea what happens. Have no idea what happens with married women.
Well, I'll tell you one little story before we finish up, and I ask if we've all vented and ranted and all the rest of it. One little tiny thing. I was telling you that I live across the road from an anaesthetist and a neurosurgeon.
Yep. And
I was saying to the anaesthetist, you guys should fucking be picking up like left and right, you know, because you guys are young.
It's a Kingswood country.
You must be, is it?
It could be.
Roll my geese! Will they put it in there?
Yeah.
Will they put it in?
Done.
The monkeys? They fucking better.
That's my favourite theme song because you can hear me giggling in the background.
All right. Put the Kingswood Country thing in. Yeah. Now, these guys were telling me, right, that because I was saying you should build a harem like fucking Coming to America. You should have chicks everywhere. And I say, I don't see any girls come into your place, you know. And they go, oh no, he goes, I've got a girlfriend, he doesn't, all that sort of stuff. But it's not what you think, man. I go, what do you mean? You're fucking working with nurses and shit. You must be fucking loaded in the chicks. And he says, no, mate. He goes, and I'll tell you something else. You don't see it. The general public doesn't see it, but doctors do. You know how many fucking diseases there are with that bullshit? I go, what do you mean? He goes, mate, it's the worst it's ever been. He reckons they should be it's up there with AIDS level now. You remember in the 80s? You'd probably be a bit too young, but in the 80s when I was a kid...
The bowling ball ad?
They used to have the ads every fucking night at 7:30 prime time scaring people about AIDS. And then they went from that to like STDs and stuff. This doctor was saying to me, mate, they should be bringing it back because it's out of fucking control with the amount of diseases out there now. He says, because you don't know where they've been.
Right, you know? I guarantee certain applications for which you have paid money for have resulted in a dramatic increase in things like gonorrhea and...
Well, he said that's out of control. Yeah. He says it's out of control. And I said, well, fucking, just put a thing on it.
The big problem is as well, speaking from people around my age, that's sort of a bragging right. Like, oh, yeah, I had a pill. It was gone in 24 hours.
Yeah, well, I told the story.
I don't think people take it as seriously.
No, they don't. They don't. And this is what this doctor
Until you get
told
the
me.
wrong one and then you're fucked.
Well, this is what this doctor told me. He goes, no one gives a shit now.
That rash ain't coming off.
This is what he was telling me.
It's like nerd dirt.
They don't give a shit now. Whereas in the 80s, they scared everybody, right? They scared everybody into practicing safe sex. But in the modern era, because that's reasonably kind of treatable, that's all gone by the wayside. And he's saying it's out of control, the amount of STDs that they're treating. You know where the STDs are at their worst now?
Genitals?
No. That's fucking good.
Thank you.
Nursing homes. Because the old people don't give a fuck. Right? And
fair enough.
They're on their last legs and they're like, fuck it, I'm going to root fucking Betty, the 90-year-old down the corner of the fucking corridor. She's up for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, that's no bullshit.
Yeah.
You can look that up on Google. The incidence of gonorrhea in nursing homes is absolutely astronomically growing because they're just rooting themselves stupid.
Well, I'm telling you the honest truth. I think you find with sex workers who are heavily or highly trained in all of these different things that they're probably cleaner.
They are,
and well, particularly if you're going to a licensed establishment.
Yeah, they get tested regularly. Don't
they? So you're guaranteed to be probably better off there than what you are with some random drunkard.
I think they got to be tested monthly. You get checked yourself for any bits and bobs. And you can get rejected if there's anything unsightly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A proper place, I think it's...
You know quite a lot about
it. I do. But we've nearly run out of time here, folks.
We've never run out of time for a hooker story.
I'll tell you what, he's right because this has been too long, this podcast, and I am busting for a piss.
I'm strangely not busting for a piss.
I fucking am. I'm busting for a piss. No. Have we vented? Have we said everything we wanted to say?
I'm making waffles.
He's making beautiful.
We've had savoury,
waffles.
Now time for sweet.
Oh, it's all the time for sweet. Have we said everything we wanted to say?
Yeah.
Have we vented? Nathan, have you got everything that you wanted to say off your chest?
Let's quickly have some waffles.
So. Yeah. I think it's waffle time.
Done! The fuck? This is episode Stardate log 12.1.9. Fucking Windows ME Windows Vista.
Point 12.
Point 12. I'm sorry I read it about dating and STDs and all that sort of shit. I've been trying to date a woman since the fucking 90s and they want to have me. You know why? It's a rabbit hole I can't get out of. I've got to try and improve my life and my bullshit situation. And the fact that I've got a smelly cat that pisses and shits everywhere doesn't help my fucking cause. But I don't care. I'm not going to change. And Worf and bloody Captain Picard look like they're not getting it on in the fucking desk. And I'm done. Done.
That's some handiwork.
Pickle Bear / Nervous Nathan, thank you very much for being on this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Jason Relaxation, thank you for being you. Don't go or changing. I've been Retro Dan. Thank you for the 2 people that have been listening to this bullshit podcast. And you know what you can do, monkeys? You can roll it.